Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to It Is What It Is podcast tonight. As you can see, I'm kind of rolling a little solo tonight. Hoping my boy Jay's good tonight. I've been trying to contact him, so hopefully everything is okay. I hope you're well, brother. If you've seen the show, come on, jump on in when you can. Tonight, we're gonna be featuring a third member on the episode. Gonna first actually he's gonna come on in a few minutes. We're gonna share little things about what's going on the show. We're updating our AEW, what's going on with New Japan Pro Wrestling and Pro Wrestling Noah. Um, a lot of things is going on. G1 has gotten crazy. First off, I want to bring up to the first topic, which is the G1 Climax that's been going on lately with New Japan Pro Wrestling. Um, it's insane. I can't believe what's going on in professional wrestling today, which is amazing because we spoke about this last episode. We had technical difficulties. My internet just went off on me out of nowhere, and it went down the crapper for a minute. Then we got it to going on, even though there was the I mean, there was a little issues, but right now today is going to be a good one. No, we haven't heard from him yet. We don't know what's going on, Kip. He's been. I told him we were gonna do the episode. We was gonna do an episode on Sunday, but I had a lot of stuff going on Sunday. With playoffs and a lot of things keeping up. Also with Joey Stats, been conversating with him about the playoffs and the situation, what's going on with the teams and whatnot. Um, we'll talk about that another time. But right now, this is a wrestling podcast, and I want to keep it wrestling and mental health. Um, yeah, it's I don't know. I mean, he wasn't feeling well for the past week. I mean, I know he's been ill for a long time, and hopefully he'll get back to us whenever he can. I mean, we might have a special guest later on the show too, also with our third member. A lot of things I want to get to is also the G1 wrestling tournament. Wow. Never I ever imagined that we're going to see wrestlers that we don't even think they were going to be on that top level. And one person I'm going to mention, I'm also watching the G1 highlights early, from earlier today. I had a lot of stuff going, wanted to eat and hang out with my family earlier. Did a lot of running around today, but want to get to the point with New Japan's G1 Climax tournament. Jeff Cobb, man, no one expect the unexpected to happen in the G1 tournament. Expect that. No one expected Jeff Cobb to be the top guy right now in the tournament. I mean, the guy is just unbelievable. He hasn't even have a loss yet. If anybody's up to date with New Japan Pro Wrestling, go on if you have the account, go on New Japan World or find any sources that you can find. Right now, I'm just trying to update and do what I have to do at this time. Trying to build a lot of wrestling content also, which I'm doing. So right now, I'm just like trying to figure out, what's going on with the wrestling world. Also, we had a lot of upsets this week. Wow. Chase Owens, Tamatanga. I mean, Bullet Club is just ready to go. I do love the firing squad. I'm a Chase Owens fan too. I do follow Chase Owens on his social media. So does Tamatanga. They're great people, great guys. I love how they wrestle in the ring and how they get down. Um, that's also what I'm gonna get into. I've been looking at the points of what's going on in New Japan. So we're gonna announce the points of what's happening. I mean, it's unbelievable. I just can't right now. I just can't believe it. So right now, what I'm looking at the sources of whatever have down is the A block. You have the top four guys that have the same points. Kota Ibushi has 12. Takagi Shingo has 12. Kenta has 12, and Zack Sabre Jr. has 12. Um, and Ishii, he only has 10 points, so he might have a possibility to get eliminated. Those who have been eliminated is Toriano with 8, Great Okan with 8, Tonga Loa with 4, Yujiro Takahashi with 4. We already know the situation with Naito. He has been eliminated due to injury. We'll get well as soon as we get an update on what's been going on. I know he's been having problems with his knees lately. Um, like I said, I just said mentioned Jeff Cobb with 16 points. He's 8-0 right now, undefeated. Okada's 7-1. Evil has 12 points, and Yojiro Takahashi has Hiroshi. Excuse me, apologize. Tanahashi, Sanada, Tamatanga, Yoshihashi, Hiroki Goto, Chase Owens, and Taichi have all been eliminated from the tournament. That is the B block. I just announced. Um, you know, with Evil being eliminated with 12 points, I mean he had a good run. Um, Jeff Cobb has just been phenomenal. Okada, has always been at the top of his game. Tanahashi, I was kind of a little surprised about. That's the main guy you want to have your G1 climax competition, but he's already given somebody else that push, which is good. Um, Sonata, he was in the finals. I don't know what's going on with that. And I was hoping that he would put through and he would do it this year, but this year wasn't his year, I guess. Tamatanga. Tamatanga is a guy that he's been phenomenal too. I mean, he had a big upset earlier this morning. Usually in Japan, it's like 12 and a half hours earlier. I mean, not early, but they're like 12 and a half hours ahead. So when we see that going, it's basically like, okay, you're gonna have to watch it like at 4 o'clock p.m., 4 o'clock a.m. Eastern, because that's when usually the Japanese standard time is. They usually have it at 4:30 p.m. or 5:30 p.m. out where they're at. So as we come back to what I was mentioning about the G1, okay, so we're gonna go back to that. So to have Yoshihashi in the tournament, he had some good performances. He just came up short. He had 6 points. Um, Yoshihashi, Hiroki Goto, Chase Owens, Taichi all have 4 points. They were 2-6 in the tournament. Chase Owens kind of surprised me and played a spoiler. With him being his record 2-6, he had an incredible upset earlier today against Taichi. Um, as I personally know, like not personally know Chase Owens, I've met him. He also, does streaming. Has a good, good personality, good dude, and I'm surprised that he's actually performed the way he was performing from the last 3 matches. And it blew my mind like, wow, he upset it Tanahashi and then he upset it Taichi in the tournament. He played spoiler and got them eliminated. That's something that you would see in professional wrestling today, you know. And it's insane because, you know, I I wonder sometimes with people with professional wrestling. Like I say, expect the unexpected. You don't know what's gonna happen. It's you never know. You never know. I mean, this is professional wrestling, folks. You never know what you're gonna get out of it, especially in WWE, SmackDown, wherever. It doesn't really matter. I mean, you get to a point where you want to do wrestling and you watch it and you just don't even know what's gonna happen. You know. So I'm just trying to find out what's going on here. Hold on 1 second. I'm looking at through resources and whatnot. Um, it's been, let's see. Okay, so I'm just over here looking through issues with my mic too. Actually, not really. Just as you can see. Okay. Yeah, Jeff Cobb is a machine. He is definitely one of the guys up there that I see that he has been like basically. I mean, he's shut down like he's shutting down everybody in the A block. A block is not. I mean, you got big names in there. Sorry, I just gotta hydrate myself. So as I'm talking, surprisingly, it's like, wow, you never expected all these things to happen, and it's like, wow, I really can't believe that though this is happening in the tournament. You just like you don't I'm shocked. I'm befuddled somewhat. You know, I am befuddled on what's going on. So it's like, wow, and the same thing with AEW. AEW's been surprising too. Like, I don't want to like change the subject here, but excuse me. So, I mean, if you look at it this way of AEW and how the fans are comparing WWE to that, I mentioned it last week in the episode where you have professional wrestling and you have wrestling entertainment. Wrestling entertainment is here. Wrestling is here. Okay, there's difference of professional wrestling and wrestling entertainment. And I did describe what was the difference. Wrestling entertainment is for like the certain casual fans almost, where he's going and cheer for the guy, and it's like that's what the World Wrestling Entertainment is. It's nothing but just entertainment. It's just you sit there, you hear guys cut promos for I don't know how long, and sometimes it just I get lost in I get lost. I get lost with WWE. I don't know why. I mean, they lost me with the entertainment part. Like I just okay, you're there to entertain the fans. Yes, wrestling's entertainment, but we get it. But it's an overkill of when you have a program like Raw for 3 hours. It it's frustrating to say. It's basically an hour and a half to 2 hours of promo, and you see 30 to 45 minutes of professional wrestling. Where is all the wrestling? Okay, I don't see all the wrestling in the entertainment business. I don't. It's just basically just talking about your opponent, telling what you're gonna do. Basically, it's like a soap opera for men. We know that. Okay, we get it. But my thing is, my conclusion to the whole that theory, that what I was gonna finish last week before I got cut off. Thank you, Optimum. Um, is that the simple fact of why I love professional wrestling is because I like the action more. Okay. I remember one time a friend of mine I was talking to, I was comparing All Japan Pro Wrestling to New Japan Pro Wrestling, especially from the 80s and 90s. You had gimmicks. Every wrestling promotion had gimmicks. But the thing was, what caught my attention was that to me, All Japan Pro Wrestling was like WCW almost. Less promos, more wrestling action. I want to see wrestling. I'm a pro wrestling fan. So when I explain that to people, they get it. Some of them probably don't understand on the entertainment business, but they understand it on the professional wrestling side. See, the thing is that when I mention professional wrestling at its peak, I mention WCW, what it caught my attention, why I was a big Sting fan, why I love the action in WCW than I loved it more than the WWF. It was more talking. I mean, not more. Well, it was more talking from Ric Flair's side, the way he was cutting promos, but he backed it up. He talked it. He was great. The reason why I mentioned Ric Flair in that category was because the simple fact that you don't see much of that. You don't see much of that charisma, that attitude. I mean, you might see it in Charlotte Flair, but Charlotte Flair's in WWE. She's gonna cut promos no matter what. It's gonna be probably forever talking and less wrestling. I mean, less wrestling, more talking. Kind of like loses me there, and it's just like you get lost in there and you don't understand what's going on, and then it comes to being like a 2 minute bathroom break. Up, this person's cutting a promo. Up, another bathroom break or something. Get you something to eat or something. What's going on, Luna Bombay? Welcome to the It Is What It Is podcast. Um, I don't know if you got my message there. I'm gonna send you something. Hold on 1 second. Right there, buddy. We're gonna have a special guest on the show if they're able to come in. Okay, no problem. Oh, okay. I got you. I just read your message. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm just gonna hold on for a while. We have our co-host who's not at the moment, not here, so hopefully everything's okay. If he's listening and watching, you know, my prayers and my prayers and hopefully you get well soon, fast recovery. Yes, the show must go on. We got to do this. It's not an I thing. I don't want to do this without Jay. Jay is like my best friend now. I just only met the guy a year and a half ago, and to me, I felt like same thing with Kip. I felt like I known these guys for a long time. We're all from New York. And I can relate to these guys, and I love it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's so weird that I just only could relate to people from New York, and I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I don't know if he's okay or not. I mean, I talked to him. He wanted to do the podcast Sunday. I couldn't do it. I had a lot of stuff going on. Um, I'm just trying to update everybody on what's going on with wrestling before we have our third member come back on the show. I don't know if we're gonna have the special guest. The special guest, I don't want to ruin the surprise. I was gonna have Luna Bombay on the show. I was thinking about like having to jump on, but she probably has other stuff going on. Um, I'm just waiting for the response of the third member. He's gonna be coming in. It's gonna take him a while. He has to set up and everything. He had stepped out for a while. Um, we have this thing. Me and Kip say, yeah, go outside and touch grass, which we both did today because I had running around to do today. Purple Haze, hey, what's going on, buddy? Purple Haze in the house. For more information, my Dodgers is winning the chip. Laugh out loud. I'm not a fan of neither. I really don't care who wins. I'm a Mets fan, but I'm wearing an Angels hat because I'm a Mike Trout. I'm a Mike Trout fan. You know, I like Mike Trout. What can I say? Um, yeah, that game last night was insane. But I don't know, Purple Haze. Do you watch wrestling? Are you a wrestling fan? I mean, if you want, we can introduce you. If you're not a wrestling fan, you can come down. You're welcome to stay and listen to, the history of professional wrestling. I was just explaining to the fans about the difference between professional wrestling and wrestling entertainment. As I was watching the G1 Climax. I also wanted to talk to Luna Bombay about wrestling. I'm old school wrestling. Yeah, we're all old school, but trust me, if I tell you about the difference of AEW and WWE and which catches your attention the most, you'll probably say AEW. I'm just taking a guess. I can't speak for you. So I mean, I love it. The wrestling industry has gotten me my attention back. Ever since WCW was sold out to Vince McMahon, I'm back with wrestling a little bit more further and further. But I had an old friend of mine who got me back into wrestling, and basically, it is what it is, and I'm glad. I haven't watched AEW yet. They said it's good. Yeah, AEW is pretty good. Actually, speaking of that, me and Kip and Jay, we all went to the first AEW show in New York down in Queens at Arthur Ashe Stadium. Man, we had so much fun. And then we're going to the one in Long Island. I mean, I can't wait to that one because now Adam Handband Page is back. That's what we're going to talk about. As Luna Bombay is getting ready because she's going to watch AEW later on and probably give us the update. I have sources too. I have Luna Bombay. I have Marie Shadows. Shout out to Marie Shadows out there, who's also possibility might be in the future guest. We don't know yet. We haven't had talks yet. I'll get to that in a few. Um, yeah, with AEW, it's amazing. I love AEW. You know, it's Thursday out of my city. You just can't be coming to my area. You never know. You never know. I mean, I'm not from LA, so I don't know much about LA, but Dodger Blues, Dodger Blue. You got to rep. You got to rep your team, and actually, they're having a good season so far, so I can't hate on that. But speaking of what I was just explaining with pro wrestling, and oh, you live in Glen Cove, New York, but you're a Dodgers fan. How you not a Mets fan? But but you're originally from Cali. Okay, I got you. so so back to what I was saying with pro wrestling and wrestling entertainment. AEW is catching my attention. Okay, AEW is actually showing me more wrestling and less promos. Same thing with New Japan. New Japan, they have guys that cut promos, but they cut promos after the match, or even like in a back locker room, where they just after their matches they cut promos. You see, they have this thing called backstage comments, where the wrestlers go back after their matches. They go and make a comment backstage, and they speak of to their opponents. They cut a promo on their opponents. It's not even that long. Mostly it's like 3 to 4 minutes, and that's it. You know, compared to when was watching all the All Japan matches from the '90s on YouTube, because that's how I caught up with All Japan Pro Wrestling, um, and Pro Wrestling Noah. That's when you see less promos and more wrestling ads. They barely even cut promos on each other. Maybe it's after the match where, like, say, if, for example, Kobashi, he had finished his match. He had defeated the champion, which was in '96. I'm gonna bring that one up against Akira Taya, and it was for the triple crown title. Sorry, I just speaking and typing. I gotta fumble my words a little bit, but when I talk wrestling, my adrenaline goes up. I love talking wrestling. I have a passion for wrestling, and besides wrestling, I have passion for baseball too. But this is wrestling right now. Yeah. Speaking of wrestling, we're gonna talk about Major League Wrestling. Um, I haven't watched much of it. The last time I watched it was when Brian Pillman Jr. was on it. Tony Schiavone was broadcasting also on MLW, and it was amazing because MLW is also more like it has half and half. It has promos and wrestling. They would all combine to one, but then it shows a lot of good wrestling. They weren't. I think they weren't too far. I think they were in Philly, if I'm not mistaken. For the pay per view, I know Bobby Fish was there. I know there was a lot of wrestlers. That was on MLW. Alexander Hammerstone defeated Jacob Fatu for the title, which was amazing. I heard was an amazing match. I didn't get to see the highlights yet, but I seen people post the videos of it, and I was like, wow, that was a good match. The guys were going back and forth. Um, for the seeable of attention of grabbing the fans' attention of showing professional wrestling in the ring, your storytelling in the ring. Excuse me, guys, because it's just I had coffee earlier and sometimes it builds up. Sorry. So chat. I mean, if any questions come down, I mean, before our guest comes in or third member come in, I have a lot of things that I have written down also. Just trying to get myself together here. Okay. So I got everything ready here, questions and stuff like that. So I got to what I needed on the update on wrestling, the predictions, also professional wrestling Noah, the N1 tournament, as Katsuko Nakajima has won the tournament, and surprisingly after the N1 tournament, he faced Naimichi Marufuji for the title, and that was a great match. As I'm talking about, Marufuji's in great shape. I think he has like 10 more years of wrestling in his career. The guy's like 40 something, 41, 42, and he's going at it with Nakajima, who's like 33, and these guys are like great talent in the ring. And having Nakajima defeating Marufuji for the Global Honor Championship belt on the title, as we call it, because it's a prestige title in professional wrestling Noah that has a lot of grand names have won that title. Yeah, he does. Marufuji looks great for his age. I'm gonna be young like him. Bro, random thing. Okay. Yeah, he does. He does look great now. Okay, bro. Random thing, but that I get mistaken identity all the time. I have people say they look like me and I look like this person. I'm a doppelganger. There's only one J. That's why I call myself J-Rod numero one. And you guys can follow me on Twitter as J-Rod numero one. You also can follow me also on Instagram, the same name, J-Rod. Follow me on Instagram, J-Rod numero one. Here on Twitch, J-Rod numero underscore one, twitchtv.com/ J-Rod numero underscore one. You also can find me there too. On the social media platforms, I try to do the best I can to try to keep it professional and look mature about it because I'm worried about I'm more focused on our podcast here, folks, which to me I didn't expect to start this project, but I was hyped for it and I was hyped for Jay to do it too. He said, "Yo, we're doing our own podcast." I said, well, "Good. When we want to start?" I know the health issues got in the way of him trying to move forward, but we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. This is our podcast. This is whoever's in here. I appreciate you coming in. I appreciate you showing love and respect and everything that comes in. If you're a wrestling fan, more props to you. I know I keep going on water, but I just gotta keep hydrating because I drank coffee and I gotta see what's going on with that. But I don't know. It's amazing how this year has changed so much. Like I went through like somewhat of an emotional roller coaster this whole entire year. I mean, this year has been like last year was a terrible mess with the pandemic and all. I didn't expect of all these things to happen, but a lot has changed from last year to this year. And I wanted to get to that also since I covered some of the wrestling. I want to cover more wrestling, but I want to get to this topic before we get back into wrestling. Um, a lot of people what because this shows also does with mental health also. I want to bring that topic. I mean, a lot of people show their ugly side. A lot of people have shown their ugly side within a year and during this pandemic. I don't know where people's heart is at. I don't know where people's mind is at, but it's gotten to that point where a lot of changes in friendships are happening. Um, the mental health thing is like people bullying on the internet and everything goes on. Suppose I guess somebody was trying to bully me on the internet. Never gonna happen because I don't let it affect me. I had somebody call me out live on stream immaturely. There was no reason for that. If you want, yes, whatever I did publicly on the public eyes, that supposedly it looks like I took shots at somebody on the internet. All right, with that issue going on, that community, we're no longer talking about it. We don't care about it. I'm mature. I'm too old for that stuff. I do not see. Let me make this clear to everybody, especially certain people with the mental health issues, because I want to help people with mental health. Okay. I know that you guys are going through a lot. Okay. There's some people that have going through more than the point stuff, but don't want to share about it. And we understand and respect that. If you don't respect it, that's a problem. Okay. I respect everybody's decisions and how everybody feels about certain things during the situation. Okay. I tried to do my best to help out a promotion that I was doing, a project that I was helping out a good friend of mine. And I'm not going to say any names or nothing like that because I'm over that. I'm way beyond that. We're not going to do that here. We're not high school kids. But you have to be careful what you say and what you dish out to people. Okay. You don't first off, to particularly that one person, you try to call me out and embarrass me in public for no reason. There was no reason for that. If I'm gonna be in radio silence, I'll be in radio silence. We do this on my time, not on your time. Okay. I'm a busy man. I have stuff outside the internet. My life does not base 24/7, 365 days on the internet. Let's get that correct. On the internet, my life, I do not revolve my life around it. I have a real life. I have a wife and kids I got to take care of. We do not have similar lifestyles. Let's get that one straight too. I don't live the same type of lifestyle that everybody else does. Okay. People require attention. This is a part of what mental health is about, isn't it? Right? Am I right, everybody? Does anybody agree with me? I know Luna Boy Bombay does. I know Purple Haze does. I know Base Kip does. I know Jay does because we talked about it plenty of times. Plenty of times. And it's gotten to that point where it's going to break down somebody. And it didn't break me down because I'm a little bit more stronger on these certain situations. But you have to think about these things. Okay, you're overage, you come online, you start something that then you personally try to attack me. You got that one person that tried to call me out on Facebook publicly for no reason. I posted something positive and you try to call me out, like you try to make yourself look good. You started the mess, now you have to clean up that mess. Okay, you're doing that on your own. Okay, I didn't take no backlash back. You know what I'm saying? I don't take none of that tongue lashing and all that stuff. And I could give it back. I choose not to because I'm better than that. And I'm better than that. I'm better than you too. I mean, not to the community, but I'm better than that person. Because why? I don't have time. Okay, I don't go on screaming and doing all this nonsense to clear popularity. It's not me. It's not my style. My style is I come in, I do this podcast, I try to do the best to help people. Okay? I'm not out there trying to look good, trying to be cool, trying to start a clique. Not my style, brother. That's way beyond that. I'm way over that and I'm way beyond that. You're going to keep getting silence because there's no need to do all that other immaturity stuff. Okay? Just relax, chill, do what you got to do, mind your business, worry about your own life. Don't come into my life asking me questions because I don't answer to nobody, first off. Okay. Now, I'm going to tell you this, you don't control a situation to make yourself look good. You make yourself look ridiculous. That's one thing. I don't want to do this shoe promo. This shoe promo should not happen. I don't want to do it, but it's coming out. Okay. I've been silent about this for a while because I don't have time for it. I'm laughing about the whole back and forth thing. You're going with my boy over here, and then all of a sudden, like you don't come to me. You don't come to me about it. I don't have to go to you. You come to me. Okay. Now I'm gonna treat you like a kid because you are a kid, because you're acting like one. And once you act like that, I'm gonna have to just keep on treating you and keep on treating you and keep on treating you like that. Because people look at that. You have an image and a reputation to hold. I have a reputation of staying away from all that. It's not me anymore. I'm 38 years old. I don't have time for it. Sorry, my focus is this podcast, the people around this podcast, our podcast. Okay, let's get that straight. Our podcast, not me. It's not the J Rod show because that is gone. Because the thing is, I was going planning on doing the game streaming podcast or whatever. Things not working out because I want to spend more time with my family. I got a job that's been draining the hell out of me. I have to focus on that. And then I have to focus on our podcast. Okay. Now, no problem, Kit. No problem. Take your time. We got, we got a lot. And we're just, like I said, I don't know if you heard the rest, Kit, but we're beyond that. We're on a whole nother level. I got my own. No, not me. We got our own community. We got our own community, and the reason why is we got our own community is because simple fact that this community is just starting and it's starting to grow. I don't care about. I'm hearing J Rod this. I'm hearing J Rod that. Okay, first off, your boy attacked me first, and he's gonna get the treatment he deserves. I don't respond to idiocy, and I don't respond to childish acts. Okay, that's one. Two, You called me out online on stream on your time. There's more to it. And tell you, you're exposing yourself. You're not exposing me. You're exposing yourself. You're exposing your attitude and your demeanor towards me. And other people are seeing that. And why is J Rod staying quiet? Because J Rod is the one not to with. There you go. All right. It's not a mentality game. We're not playing mentality games here. Okay. We're not playing mentality chess here. We're playing it. We're not even playing this game. I'm not even for this. You know, I got a list here I had to focus on, which is called our podcast. It is what it is. Professional wrestling and mental health. You're not going to describe it. You're not going to talk about it. You don't want to come in and join and support it. Then leave. You don't have to be here. I don't care. I'm not upset about it. You know, the viewers will come, people will listen, people will watch, and they will enjoy it. We're gonna have wrestling fans, and when wrestling fans also who deal with mental health issues, professional wrestlers, the same. It's gonna be a good one in the future. Okay, I'm looking at the positives, not the negatives of what's going on. Okay, so after I cut this promo, I'm done with them, done with that certain community. No more. You're never gonna hear from me again. So just leave it at it as it is, and go on about your lives, okay? And I'm praying to God that you grow up and figure it out, okay? You guys are old enough. This is high school, okay? So, to update also on what's going on with the announcement for the next episode. I'm not closing this out. I will talk about that later. But see, the thing is that with professional wrestlers that go through these things, they also get roasted online, but you don't know what's going on the outside of professional wrestling. And the sad part is that I don't think everybody can't figure it out. I can't say, you know, wrestler A is, he seems like he's doing good for himself, but you don't know what's going on with wrestler A outside the ring, outside of the wrestling business. You don't know what his mindset is. And same thing with I'm just giving examples like wrestling A, wrestling B. Wrestler A is like, he's going through certain things in his life. He doesn't want to talk about it. He's silent. He just wants to come to work and just do what he has to do, you know. And then you got wrestler B who's happy, he's like, proud of the business and on what he's doing. At the same time, it's like thank you. Oh yeah, thank you for the gift of sub Purple Haze to Luna Bombay. Shout out to Purple Haze, man. Purple Haze is a good dude. My guy's originally from Cali. That's one thing about Californians, man. They show a lot of love. West Side? Sorry guys, I'm just trying to plug into my laptop. I gotta charge it soon. Yeah, my allergies too. That's why I've been with that, and then the whole build up, acid build up. But yeah, it's too sweet. I gotta do it backwards because it's Bullet Club time. Firing squad. But I'm not shocked at I'm seeing in professional wrestling, the professional wrestling community. Definitely, yeah, California love. Thank you for the gift this here, Purple Haze to Luna Bombay. Appreciate it. Welcome to the community. I know you probably watch old school wrestling. Oh wow, wow. Wait a minute, hold on. You know J Boy too, Luna? Oh snap, small world. You know who? It's funny. This speaking of I know I'm getting off the topic here a little bit. Oh, you mod? Oh wow. Yeah, he's a mod there. Purple Haze is a mod. It's a small world because how I knew J Boy through a few streamers and especially a personal friend of mine. So now we're gonna change the topic again. We're gonna go on and introduce the third member of this podcast. And you got to give it up to the too sweet, my guy, Bass.
Yo, what's good? What's good? We out here. Oh man.
Look at that.
Welcome in.
What's going on,
Welcome
Bass?
on in, everybody. How are you guys doing tonight? I've been lurking in the chat. I've been waiting in the rafters. Been waiting in the rafters.
He's in backstage gorilla position.
Watching everything go down from the rafters, ready to come down on the rope, on the tactical rope.
At least the
Telling
rope
you.
don't break like it
Yeah,
did in
no. We got
Finn Balor.
that shit is.
Oh my
We got
god,
the
what happened to the top rope?
we got the military knot on the rope from the
Oh my
beam
god,
going down the
we
rope.
gotta get that set up like a New Japan wrestling ring.
Yeah, man. I was hearing everything that you were saying, man, and it was really, really deep stuff.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's like I said, man. It is what it is with people, and I love the background. You see, guys, this is what I'm talking about. Look at this guy's background. Look at the green screen.
There it
Look
is.
how creative
Yeah,
this man
it could be
is.
better. It could be better, but we got to work what we got right now.
Oh, definitely, man.
Got to
Top
work with what we got
notch.
right now.
Top notch. Right there. Boom.
There
Look
it
at even the
is.
widescreen. There we go. There you go. Look at that. Oh my
So
god.
we're
Look at
out
this.
here. We're out here. A little design for the inaugural stream that I was being a
Namir.
part of. What's going on, chat?
Namir.
What's going on, chat? Yo, Namir in the building. Hold up.
Namir in the
Gotta
building.
shout my boy out, Namir.
Yeah,
Shout out to you, Namir.
shout out to Namir, shout out to Luna Bombay, shout out to Purple Haze coming on the
Yo,
show. He gave a gifted sub to Luna Bombay.
that's what I'm talking about. It's all love. It's all love. You
It's
know
the
what it
best
is.
it's the best community, and we're talking about professional wrestling
Yeah.
at its
So
finest,
what's
right?
up? So what's up? What's going on?
All right,
I
so
jumped in. I want a double dutch. Let's go.
all right, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna ask you a question. So we're gonna do the introduction of Kip.
Oh, all right. Wow. All right. Prepared for this.
Okay, so Kip, we talked about this, the
Okay.
introduction of you becoming a wrestling fan. What was your first time you ever actually watched wrestling? And you're like that.
Oh
What caught your
man.
attention to become a wrestling fan and how
Well,
passionate you are about it?
my father actually, funny story. My father, he was big into wrestling his whole life. He'd been watching since like MSG, like Hulk Hogan, Iron Sheik. You know what I'm saying? Like he was from that breed. So I guess it had to have been around the time Attitude Era, when they started the Attitude Era. They were trying to get the edgy TV going. You know, the NWO had just been formed, and my father was like, I guess, getting back into wrestling. So he wound up getting tickets to I forgot what it was. It might have been a Raw. It might have been Raw. I'm not sure. It might have been a house show. I can't really remember. I was like 6 years old. It was like January 1996 or 97. It was probably 97. We was in the garden, and I remember just being in that atmosphere, and it wasn't like how it is now with the entertainment aspect. It was still, I would consider it still professional wrestling. Went to a show, seen it live, and been watching it ever since.
All right, man, that's interesting.
I've
So
been watching ever since.
so you was in the cusp of what the beginning of the Attitude Era was.
Yeah, it was the Attitude Era. It had to have been around the time Austin was starting to get his push. Rocky Maivia was becoming The Rock. I seen The Undertaker before he went Ministry. Kane was there. That it was like right after Kane had debuted. Because I remember in the program, we actually bought the program for the show. I don't have the program anymore, unfortunately. It's lost to Davy Jones' locker.
Davy Jones' locker.
It's lost to Davy Jones' locker. But I do remember one vivid image from that program that we got that day. That was my first wrestling show. I had not seen wrestling on TV. I saw it live for the first time. So it was just like a whole new world to me, like all the characters. And like I said, the image of that program, there was a picture in the middle of the book, and it was like a poster almost. I think you could remove it from the book, and it was Kane, and I think what's his name? He was man, he used to wear like a.
It had to been 97 because
It
Kane
was
didn't come into
97. Yeah, it was
97. Yeah,
it was
97,
January
98.
It was January 97 for sure, because we had not moved into our house in Queens yet. We were still in Brooklyn. Shout out to Poompa, by the way, Mr. Miyagi.
Jay, our boy
Yeah,
Jay.
we
Hope
were still over there in Williamsburg. I remember taking the train to Penn Station, getting off, um, and just seeing the signs and all the people with their wrestling shirts on, and I was like, I don't know what's about to happen. My dad was like, "Yo, you're gonna love this."
I'm
But
sorry,
yeah,
guys, but we have a little interruption.
oh
Somebody's
hey,
looking for attention. It's my
there we
dog over
go.
here.
There we go. Dog wants to get on the pod.
She doesn't like cameras. She hates the camera. Like, see,
Oh,
you're
she's camera
live.
shy. Okay, look
You're
at that. Look at
live.
that. Oh no, no, no! I don't want to be
Oh!
live. I don't want to be live.
Yeah, she's like, why you sneeze on me? That's rude. How rude are you? You need to go potty? You have to go potty?
But yeah, man. Let me see what
Yeah.
Namir's
All
saying
right.
because I'm over here. I'm trying to read the chat as well. What's up, Luna? How you doing, Luna? Namir, what's going on?
Yeah,
I see Purple Haze
my
with
dog
the
loves attention,
with the gifted tier 1 to me.
but she
Thank you
doesn't like
very
to be
much,
camera.
Purple Haze. Appreciate you.
Purple Haze, thank you, man. We definitely have
Yeah,
appreciate
doggo.
all the guys that come in.
So
Come in and talk in our chat.
yeah, so we basically that was a thing that we had
Get back down. I gotta
aside
brush
from
up.
baseball, obviously, which is another one of my passions.
Okay.
In case you guys are all wondering, people that don't know who I am, I
Hey,
actually stream. I stream as well. I stream baseball though, so I wish that there was a game good enough to stream wrestling wise. Those wrestling games, they're good, but a lot of people play. I think they play the 2K. Was it the 2K19? It's the 2K19, right? Because they skipped last year. They didn't come out with a 2K for this current year. They
yeah,
had
I'm
that.
sorry about that. My dog's just
There we go.
getting my attention. Hold on
They
one
had that.
second.
I believe I'm not sure if anyone in chat plays the 2K games for the wrestling. Yo, what's going on, Luna?
Hold on one second. I'm just
WWE's on
trying
the
to.
GameCube. Yeah, I remember that. We had actually used to play heavy amounts of GameCube. It was the WrestleMania 18 was the game of choice for me on the GameCube. I used to play
All
that with
right.
my friend in middle school and high school. We used to have the portable screen. We used to play it. We used to bring it over to our other friend's house. We used to play the WrestleMania 18 on the little. It had to have been maybe like inches wide and inches tall. The screen was very small. It's about the size of the top of the GameCube. But
Yeah.
yeah, we used to play that one heavy. My favorite wrestling game of all time has to be WWE SmackDown. Here Comes the Pain.
Oh
That
my
was
god, I had that game too. I
that's the
had one, and
pinnacle.
I forgot what other game that I had. I think it was Bring the Pain, if I'm not
Mm.
mistaken. I had that one from PlayStation 2 when the
Oh, we
second
had
PlayStation came out.
I think they went SmackDown, Know Your Role, SmackDown, Just Bring It, SmackDown, Shut Your Mouth, and then SmackDown, Here Comes the Pain, and then after that it kind of went up. I mean, Raw vs SmackDown 2006 was good, but it was not on the level of Here Comes the Pain. Here Comes the Pain had everything,
Oh
and I
yeah,
think that
definitely.
was the game where you could go up on top
Oh,
of the
it
fist.
was Here Comes the Pain. That's the one that I had.
You could go up on the fist, and
Yeah,
you could also go up on the King of the Ring chair and jump off, which
I know there was a lot of action in
I
that
used to
game.
do
I'm
that all the
telling you,
time.
it's crazy. But guys, just give me one moment. Kib, I'm gonna keep it on you. I'm gonna put the and I just want you to talk to the fans.
Let's talk to everyone. Let's talk
All
to the
right, I'll be
family.
right back. Just give me one moment, guys. I
What's
just
going
gotta
on,
take my dog
family?
out.
I want a remastered HCTP petition. Yes, we need that game. The only problem I think with that game would be the licensing for some of the themes. Also, the wrestlers that are in the game. You know, they have access to these wrestlers for only a certain amount of time. They'd have to go out and get all the rights, or maybe just remaster it with the current roster. I would play another SmackDown version. They'd have to come out with something new though, something fresh. Maybe they put Roman on the cover since he's related to The Rock. THQ and Jukes owns it. Ah, see, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. And see, the more you know, the more you know. But my favorite game of all time was Here Come the Pain. Here Comes the Pain for the PlayStation 2. I was a big PlayStation 2 kid growing up. I had the PlayStation 2 throughout my adolescence, late adolescence into my early adulthood, and then Xbox 360 came out, and the rest is history. Call of Duty Modern Warfare. I got sucked down the rabbit hole. I went down the rabbit hole. If I want you to smack me down in the bedroom, jeez, jeez, jeez. I didn't know I had the Kavorka like that. Did anyone watch the last or the latest episode of Dark Side of the Ring yesterday? No, I actually have not. I watched the first two episodes, I believe, and then I think the third episode I skipped out on it. The plane ride from hell was they should have kept that one for the end of the season. But I see why they used it for the beginning of the season because I mean it just generally generating that buzz, that all that really controversial stuff that was said in that first episode. What was the first episode of what was the recent episode about? What was the topic? If you guys could tell me the topic of that most recent episode. Yes, Tommy Dreamer. He made a bad choice in words, and he is now paying for it dearly. I think yeah, he was suspended. Is he suspended without pay, or did they just send him home and say, "Look, listen, we can't have this. You know, your views." Maybe he didn't want to retort his views, but that's really Luna Vachon. That's going to be one to watch. Wow. Yes. Now, yeah, when we come down to the series, well, not the series, the topic rather of mental health, I believe she diagnosed as bipolar or schizophrenic? Because I remember reading or seeing something online that alluded to that. Maybe in the previews for the episodes. We were just
Okay,
welcome back,
guys, I'm
J
back.
Rod. We were just talking about the current, well, the most recent Dark Side of the Ring episode featuring Luna Vachon.
Oh yeah, I heard about it. I didn't get to see it, but I heard I mean I even before, the whole back dark side of the ring and the backstage
Mhm.
of what's going on with her. I heard a lot of stories before that. Um
Now,
I'm a little
now
bit familiar with it.
was it that she was schizophrenic? Did she suffer from any kind of mental illness or disorder?
They said that she was medicated. She had overdosed on medication. I think she took some pills and it gets to help her, but she kind of like overdid it. And I guess she was going through the severe depression.
Mhm.
Some people, like I said, people can be. I just saw an example. People could be happy outside, and then on
Mhm.
the inside, you don't know what's going on. Especially with wrestler A and wrestler B, like I gave two examples. They both can deal with depression severely, and you don't even know it. One could be happy, and the other one could be sad. You don't know which one is which. One doesn't announce it. The other one, he acts like he doesn't announce it. He acts like nothing's wrong with him. He's being a okay guy. I mean, that's the same thing with Chris Canyon. Chris
Yes.
Canyon's dealt with mental illness.
Mortis.
He Mortis. I remember Mortis WCW Nitro with his storyline with Glacier, which is he goes by the name of Ray Lloyd.
Wow.
Um, So I'm a WCW guy. I mean, I compared the differences between pro wrestling and wrestling entertainment. So everyone gets to know the difference of it. My thing is too is that when wrestlers they deal with mental illnesses, is that they're on the road all the time.
This is
Uh,
true.
I remember Jay was talking about it. We discussed it the very first episode.
I remember I was there.
Yeah, we freestyled on the episode, by the way. But I had a
Yeah,
lot of
I
stuff
know.
jotted down, and I took some
That
notes.
was a doozy. That was a long one. We
It
was
was
in
a
that one for the
very
long haul.
long one.
Very
Yeah,
rough. But you know what?
it was. But
That's how it's got to be.
yeah, definitely. The first one is always going to be the rough one. The second one, the third one, and then go on fourth on. You know what I'm saying? I was explaining to the audience that last week was a ball buster. Um, thank you, Optimum. You guys are pretty handy with internet, huh? So, the situation with also that goes through is that these wrestlers go on the road like 300 plus days a year. I mean, they're 24/7 wrestling. This is WWE. This is entertainment. You're in the entertainment business.
Yes.
They don't like wrestling. They just like entertainment. You're there to entertain people.
Hmm.
So usually the word like people would like to use, like the phrase is like a circus.
Yes.
It's like a Bailey and Barnum circus, and it's just like you're gonna do this all year round, no matter what. You get no breaks in between.
That's kind of where that somewhat derogatory but true phrase comes from. Carney. The word
Carney,
carney.
the word
They're
Carney.
very much in the origins of the carnivals with wrestling and all the terminologies. I know that. Well, you know what? Now Cody can't complain. He's got a show where he where he is just giving away all the secrets of the biz. But
Cody,
But
oh, Jesus
listen, man,
Christ.
wrestling fans using wrestling terminology, that's just the nature of the beast. It's not about being a smart or smart mark, as they like to call it. It's true. There's certain phrases and verbiage that really resonate with the culture of professional wrestling and tie into all of that mental health and tie into all of that, just the whole overall view of what professional wrestling is as a whole. It's very, very grounded in that carnival origin.
Definitely. I mean, it's like, see, the difference with AEW and WWE is it's not much of travel. I mean, you travel, but it's like you have time off.
Yeah.
You're only wrestling on Dynamite, Rampage, and pay-per-views. Like that's what basically 3 to 4 events a year, like basically a week.
Mm-hmm.
And the same thing with SmackDown and Raw. I mean, you travel, but it's like the difference is you're not doing much of the work. You got your own creation. You can wrestle your own time. It's like being your own boss.
Yes, they are considered private contractors. They're not employed by the company.
Freelance,
Yeah, they're
freelance.
they're hired guns. They're mercenaries.
Hashtag
It's
freelance.
it's the Wild West. It's the
It
Wild
is.
West. It always
And
has been, always will be.
all right. So Luna Bombay's like, I grew up watching WCW first. I got confused towards back WWF back in the day as the kid with the new names. I mean, I even explain it. I mean, the same thing with me. I knew WWF before WCW, but I was more into WCW
Mm-hmm.
because promos and then just you see 45 minutes and nothing but wrestling. If you break
Mm-hmm.
down the times, like what you see in the program, I mean, WCW was like that too. And with my Monday Nitro with the Raw, I mean, not
Yes.
Raw, some Nitro episode. I get so confused. Like, so with Nitro and Raw, you had 3 hours each. Raw
Yeah.
used to be taped for 2 hours. They never had live shows much in the 90s, like during the Attitude Era. It was just all tape.
Yeah, and then they moved to the 2 live shows a month, and they would record one and air one live. So you'd be there, what, for a total of 4 hours for a show.
Yeah, which it's understandable because this is way before SmackDown was created. See, the thing with Raw was that it was a 2 hour show, and you got what you wanted out of the audience. And, like I said, 1 hour recorded, 1 hour live, but mostly everything was 2 hour tapes because they showed everything ahead. Because they
Mm-hmm.
were going on with other episodes like Shotgun Saturday Sunday night, or it was
Exactly.
Shotgun Saturday night or Shotgun Sunday night. No, it was Sunday
Be,
Night Heat,
I think it was
and then
before my that might have been before my time. I remember Confidential and
Confidential.
Velocity.
Velocity, yeah,
Velocity,
Velocity was
Heat.
during
I
the
remember Heat,
Ruthless Aggression.
Sunday Night Heat.
Sunday Night Heat,
Velocity was Saturday nights.
Shotgun
Um,
Saturday Night. That's what it was. Shotgun Saturday Night. Yeah, that was like 90, 95, 96.
that
No,
was, I believe,
97,
that was
97.
the predecessor to Velocity. Velocity
Yeah,
became a Saturday night show. 11 p.m. on like TNN or some weird channel that doesn't exist anymore.
it was the Nashville Network at first.
See, my age is
Yeah,
showing. I was a very young wrestling fan though, so you
you
know what I'm
want to
saying?
talk about age showing, man? I could talk about when WCW had WCW Saturday Night 6:05 p.m.
Wow,
on TBS,
6:05 when they used to come on 5 minutes after, five
and and
minutes,
and it's
five
like,
minutes after the hour.
and the funny part was, speaking of TBS, I never heard of WCW until, because the only thing I knew about TBS was Braves games.
Yeah,
Like the Atlanta Braves are going against the New York
yeah.
Mets.
Ted Turner,
It's not like
Ted Turner,
and it's
Southern
funny
wrestling. I'm in the wrestling business.
because I think it was the Chip Carrier, I think it was his name, that was doing the broadcast for the Braves, his son.
Yes.
And then I was like, they used to black out Braves games because the Mets were either on Sports Channel or WOR Channel 9.
Yeah, Channel
So
9,
I
UPN.
grew up I grew up in that Sports Channel area where they had Fran Healy and Tim
Mhm.
McCarver.
Yeah.
And then
Wow.
when you have WWOR Channel 9, you had Tim McCarver and Ralph Kiner, after, because they used to have those games on Sunday night, like Sunday afternoon games, which was my thing because I used to watch Kiner Corner after the game.
Oh, see, look. So you had it.
I'm showing my age.
Wow. I've been topped. I've been topped. You got me.
I don't talk nobody, but
You
like
got
I
me
said,
there.
I love to share the history of sports and wrestling. Luna Bombay asked, Kip, how old are you?
How old am I? How old do you think I am? That's the question I like to ask. How old do you think I
He's
am?
got that baby face.
Yeah, I mean, when I shave, it's really up for debate. It's really up for debate. But we had I was feeling like Elvis. Shout out to my boy Joey
Joey
Stats.
Stats.
But he mentioned
Joey
Elvis. I think I was going
Stats.
more the Rocky Maivia when he wanted to be known as the Rock.
Oh,
Damn,
so
right
she
on the money. Right on the
bam.
money. Right on
She
the
hit you
money.
with that number the number
Listen,
KO out of nowhere.
listen. Yeah, yeah, for real. Right on the money.
Luna
Damn,
Bombay
you're
got
good.
it perfect.
She's good.
S- So we're gonna freestyle a little bit here, okay?
Okay,
Because
all right. Rapid
we're
fire
excited.
time.
We're
All right.
talking wrestling. We're getting a little excited now. This is
Listen,
the
I
great
could
part of.
talk. We could take this. We could take this show all the way to midnight. Nah, let's not do that though. That's a little too much. A little too much. It's a little too much. We don't
Yeah, a
want to give
little
them too
too
much.
much.
We don't want to
Yeah,
give them too much.
we want to save it for the next
Let's not
episode.
burn through all the material in one shot right now. Still starting off here. Let's
Oh
relax.
my
But I got a
god.
little surprise for you guys. So I know that J Rod has probably talked about me a few times. You guys kind of already know who I am. A lot of you guys know me from being in the community and whatnot. I like to stream games too. So this is a cheap pop. We're getting a cheap plug right now.
A cheap promo,
I
a
came
five
from the
second.
mall. Yeah, I came from the mall, guys. Not trying to put myself over here or anything, but I came from the mall. I was with my boy. We were at the mall, and I was thinking, he was like, "Yo, man, like, yo, you're not buying nothing. You're not buying nothing." I was like, "Yo, bro, like, I'm not a spendthrift. I don't like to spend a lot of money. Like, if I'm gonna spend money, it's gonna be on something that's gonna benefit me later, or something that's gonna like bring up my mood, my mental health, things that are gonna help distract me from what's bothering me, whether it be,
Wrestling
trolls or
merch.
yeah, trolls or like my computer sometimes, the stream not cooperating with me.
Give me
But
your computer trolls on you.
you need those little things, guys. If you sometimes you got to be a little selfish. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm
Exactly.
not saying go out and hurt people. I'm just saying sometimes do it for you. So I got this game, right? I didn't know. All right, so I'm gonna give you guys a little hint before I reveal the game that I got in my hand. Right, it's in my hand right now. Um, I was a big Xbox 360. Going back to what I was saying when J Rod was tending to his dog. Um, I became an Xbox person, and one of the games I really like to play, obviously, because streaming wasn't a thing back then. I was more into just playing games and getting all the achievements in the games. I was one of those kids. I used to just achievements, get all the achievements in the game, and that's how you prove you beat the game. But I had another friend that I don't really talk to him anymore. We had a falling out, but he used to love this game, and it was called Left for Dead. There, I just gave it away.
Oh wow, I heard it. I remember that game.
And I believe Left 4 Dead was just an Xbox exclusive, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong, chat. Yes, I love Halo as well too, Luna. I see you in the chat there. I love Halo. That's one of my favorite games. I think I'm gonna get an Xbox Series S or X just to play Infinite. But we got to get something to hold us over to then. And I wanted to try to get something that also might be a little bit more easier to handle with my graphics card, because I got a little bit of an older graphics card. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully my stream could hold this game, but if you guys can see it,
Left for Day for PS4. I
Back
don't know what's
for
Back for Blood.
Blood.
Oh wow.
Now what this is, guys, if you guys like zombie games, you guys know what this is. This game is a co-op game. You play one of 4 players. It's online. I think you could also do it offline. I'm not sure. I think it might be an all online game. 1 to 8 network players, online play required. Yes, it's online. So you got this game, you play it online, and it's fun. You try to get away from all the zombies, and that's the object of the game. You start off. I don't know if you have to do tasks or what it is, but you're fighting zombies. You're fighting zombies until they kill you. So that's what that game is. So we're gonna be probably streaming this. We're gonna try to stream it, but I look forward to playing this. It's October, guys. We need the spooky games. This is more more suspense and spooky because you got zombies. It's sci-fi. It's shooting zombies in the face. So I can't wait to play that game. We're gonna have a good time playing that. Eventually, we'll see when we do that. But I mean, listen, just do what makes you happy, guys. That was my whole point of bringing this up. Do what makes you happy. If playing games takes your mind off of things that are bothering you, play games. If you like to write
And
music, write music. If you like to have a podcast, start a podcast. Talk about it. Talk about it. Live in the moment. Live in the moment and live your reality.
there you go. See, folks, another motivation talk with Base Kip. Incredible.
Ah.
Uh, but
Listen, that was not rehearsed. I just
he that was
there you go.
improvised. We do a lot of
Enjoy it.
improvising too.
Enjoy it.
But
We're just gonna go off on tangents every now and then.
we give a shout out to Base Kip. If you want to check him out, go on twitch.tv/Base Kip.
Same
Check
name.
him out. Same
Same
name.
name. Same name.
Nothing
Made it easy
changed.
for you guys. I had it as the First City Saint, but for branding purposes, let's go with the actual handle this time.
Oh yeah, definitely. We have to go through that. Um, I know some of my mods are not here, but I'm gonna do the best I can to give shout outs here.
There we go.
There you go. Check out Luna
There we go. Go
Bombay.
check out Luna as well. Yes, go check out
Check
Luna.
her
Let's
out.
go.
She's one of the best. She's also part of the It Is What It Is community. She's one of the one that helped the creation part of it. Um, she's also motivated Jay to start a wrestling alliance, which is called NYC Wrestling Alliance. We're gonna talk more about that too. It's gonna be coming soon from 2022. It's in the works. We're just trying to get everything. They're trying to get everything set and ready. Get the licenses and everything. It's gonna be like a wrestling promotion mostly. To start off, which is good because it's mostly the fans that are gonna be in, and there's people
Yes.
that are gonna want to train to become professional wrestlers. It takes a long time. It's gonna get through. The process is just there, and trust me, nothing's stopping it. Nothing is going to stop this promotion. It's going to keep going. It's going to run through everything, and it's just going to be the thing. The main focus. If you want to focus on a wrestling promotion, focus on your promotion and not anybody else's promotion. That's what me and Kip do. We don't focus on anything else but ourselves. Our podcast, his stream, my stream, whoever else's stream is in part of the community. We focus on our own. That's it. And if anybody wants to come join in, yo, guys are more welcome to. We're not gonna treat you differently. Okay, we're gonna try to do the best I can to help you because if I'm busy, Kip can help you. If Kip is
Absolutely.
busy, I could do the best I can to help you guys. Technology wise, I could say go to Base Kip because this guy's got talent. You can see his green screen. He's got a professional microphone. Oh, he just stepped out for a second. I guess something happened. These technical difficulties, man. I'm telling you, man, it's either got to be the internet or his lagging issue with the computer. But yeah, we're back on it. I'm also gonna give a shout out to Purple Haze for coming on the show and giving us that gifted sub. You guys can check him out. Um, there he goes,
Yeah,
and he's back.
it's not my internet. I clicked the wrong thing. I clicked a link and it took me off the web page. We're good. We're here. We didn't go
Okay.
anywhere.
Yeah, we didn't. Believe me.
I was literally sitting here like trying to figure out what the hell was going on.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
just giving shout outs.
Oh, there we go.
Please go check him out. And also, there's another streamer I'm gonna shout out to. He just stopped by. Namir, where you at? You just showed up. What's up, man? You can't be disappearing on us, Namir.
Oh, I didn't realize I could see that. I literally have a comments tab here on the side, and
You could see it.
we've been doing this for what? Like I've been on here with you for what? About almost 20 minutes, 25 minutes. And I just figured out that I could see. I have my okay. So let me show you guys. This is real rough. We're gonna be rough. So
The diamond in the rough, the creation.
I got my Stream Deck, holster here, and I got my phone on it so I can see the chat. But that helps greatly. So
Okay, so guys,
raw out here.
Put this out there. Yeah, so
Yeah,
check
shout out to
Base Kip.
Namir. Shout out to
we
Namir.
Base Kips.
Shout out to myself.
Shout out to himself. We're gonna
Shout out to
also
Purple.
shout out to Luna
Luna.
Bombay. Check her out. That's her Twitch account. And we're also gonna give a shout out to our boy Purple Haze for showing
There he
love.
is. There he
He's
is.
also part of the DTG community, Demon Time Gaming. Shout out to Swipey. Don't ever forget that man. That man's a big help in the community.
And
He's great.
your boy, you put me on to him. Steady ready.
Steady
Steady
ready.
ready's in the building.
Oh,
Shout out
shout
to
out to
Steady
Steady.
Ready.
He's a wrestling fan too,
Yeah,
man.
he knows. He knows.
He's a wrestling fan.
You see the logo, Steady. You see it. We see you. You
Let
see
me
it.
shout out to him too. He's gonna be like,
Shout
"Yo,
him
guys,
out.
shout me out." I said, "Yeah, man, you're
Shout
part
him
of our
out.
your wrestling community, man."
Shout
I
him
shared
out.
the photos of AEW's event that we went to in New York.
Oh, dude, I have all the videos. Don't worry. They're safe. I don't know if I sent them to you or
Nah,
if they even
but
went through. I'll send them to you on Facebook.
yeah,
That's the
whenever you
easiest
can,
place.
take your time, man.
No, I have them.
I got videos too for days, man. Trust
I
me, I
have.
got everything.
This man was like, "Yo, whatever you do, any video you take for me, make sure you get the Kazi ni Nare."
Oh,
I got it. I got it. I got it. Don't worry,
me
it's safe.
singing it.
I send it
That's
to
funny.
myself to make sure it's we got it. I'm gonna send it over to you. I'll probably send it over to you after we finish the show tonight. Just so you could have that. Maybe you could post that up. So everyone, all the lovely people in the chat could go check your Twitter or check your IG wherever you decide to post it. And we're gonna see we're gonna see how much fun this man was having at the show.
Oh, I was
He was
having a
having a
lot of fun.
blast. And Jay was having a blast too. Jay had a little hard time, but he was a trooper. He was a real trooper.
Yeah, he
I
wasn't feeling.
really
He was
like
100%, but he held it out
yo,
like a true wrestler that he is too. He's a professional wrestler too.
very
People don't
mentally
know.
strong, very mentally strong man. Very mentally strong man. Definitely someone I really look up to, and I admire his resolve and just his sheer determination to not leave that show. Like, man, I would have left if he wanted to leave. I would have said, listen, let's go. You know what I'm
Yeah, I was
saying?
to the point where like I was gonna throw the X on him and say,
I'll
"Yo, he's
watch.
not."
I'll
Yeah,
watch. I'll watch. I'll watch. What was it?
Dynamite.
Not
No, not
not
that.
not Dynamite. I'll
Rampage.
watch Rampage on Friday. I'll watch it with my friend at his house. Like, if he needed to leave, we would have been out of there. You might not have missed your train. it might have.
I
You might
missed the
have.
train. I ended up spending 3 extra hours in New York, but I needed that time. I know my wife was upset about it, but she was all right. She's
Listen,
like, "Oh, you're
man.
not going to the next one." I'm like, "You can't
Listen,
control
it
me."
happens. Next time we rent in a car. Any of you guys that are at the show, link us. Let's hang out before we go inside. Like, I'm
Yeah,
with
let's
it.
get
I
it.
want to meet
We're at the
everybody.
UBS Arena in Long Island. It's gonna be in
I
Belmont.
want to get a picture with everybody that supports the stream, that is a wrestling fan that goes to this show. If you guys are at the show, let's find this place to meet up. December 8th. We're going to be in Long Island. It is
And
what
we
it
got
is.
great seats this time.
It is what it is. We sitting right by it. We sitting right. Let's tell the people where we're sitting so they know.
All
We're
right,
sitting
we're on 107. I think it was section 107 by where
on
the heel
one. I think
entrance
it was
is at.
117,
117, right
right
by the heel
next
section.
right next to where the heels come through the tunnel. So I'm gonna see MJF real up close, and I'm gonna flip him off just because that is what needs to happen. I love MJF, but you know what? We got to protect kayfabe.
I
Got to
love
protect
MJF.
kayfabe.
I love him.
Protect the kayfabe at all
I'm gonna
costs.
root for him because I want him to make fun of me, and I can just still
I'm
cheer for
gonna
him.
boo that man, but that's what he wants. I don't know
He,
if you guys ever notice, all the great heels, Jericho's one of them. They revel in it. They revel in it. When you're hating them, Tommaso Ciampa, for a while.
he's a great heel.
Listen, remember, for a while, I know you were paying attention to NXT when him and Gargano were having their feud,
Oh,
and he came back.
a great
He came
feud.
back and he cracked them with the crutches, and they was feuding. I was at that NXT takeover in Brooklyn where they had the last man standing match, and Ciampa won because he was handcuffed to the Titantron, and he fell off the ledge at the count of 10, and his feet hit the ground. So he was hanging, but he was technically standing up, so he won the match.
I know
Beautiful.
that was a smart move.
Whoever booked that ending, genius. Whoever booked that ending, genius. The one caveat, the one takeaway I remember from that show, I will never forget seeing that classic that Adam Cole had with Ricochet.
Yeah,
That
was a good
that was a
show.
co-main event. That was a co-main event level match. That match was very spot heavy, but it was technically sound. The false finishes, If you guys ever get a chance, go back and watch that match. The Ricochet and Adam Cole at NXT TakeOver. I think it was NXT TakeOver 4. I think it was the last one that they did before they had the NXT TakeOver for, I think it was like Royal Rumble weekend or WrestleMania weekend. They did one in New York. It was just called NYC, I think. And I think they did it at MSG. They might have did it at Barclays. I don't remember.
No, it's mostly was in Barclays. They didn't really do
Yeah.
MSG shows.
They came and did the NYC one. It wasn't a TakeOver Brooklyn. It was a
It was a
NYC
couple. It
branded.
was kind of a takeover because they did take over. They did two takeovers 2 years in a row in Brooklyn
Mhm.
because it was after summer. It was before
Yeah, but they
SummerSlam.
didn't call it. It wasn't like Takeover Brooklyn 5. They ended the Takeover Brooklyn series with, I think, number 4. Then
Yeah,
they brought the next year, it was in I think the West Coast.
yeah, they
I
went to
think
the
they went
West
to the
Coast
West
and it,
Coast for the
yeah,
same for that. Oh yeah, because of SummerSlam. It was
SummerSlam
SummerSlam
was in
weekend.
California. Yeah,
Yes. So I mean, going back to what I was saying though, like the heels, man, like Champa, he had no theme music. No theme music. If you guys go back and watch that match, you can get an uncensored version, maybe on Daily Motion, or they might have it on YouTube. He came out to, and I don't want to be vulgar on the podcast, so we're gonna keep it clean. But he came out to chants of "Fu Champa," and we chanted it the whole way until he got in the ring and they rang the bell. That's how much heat that man had.
he
That's a
wanted
real
that.
heel.
He wanted that.
MJF, MJF is on that level. He's on that Ric Flair heel level, and he's young. He's not even 25, I don't think. I don't
Yeah,
think he's
he's
even
almost there. He's
he's
almost
not even
there.
25 years old.
Yeah,
He's the
he's almost there.
fastest rising star in professional wrestling. Kiss the ring.
Yeah, we could see the future AEW World Champion too.
Yeah.
You never
Yeah.
know. You know,
Yes. He's on the money. Exactly. Luna knows. Luna sees it. They gotta
definitely.
they gotta book him strong. They really dropped the ball, I think, with that storyline with Jericho. He should have went over on Jericho. Jericho should have put him over. But I get it. They kind of put him over. He won the match. Then they had to reverse it because Jericho's foot was on the rope. So
Yeah, there was a lot of controversy on that
Jericho
match. I
had to
we yeah.
listen. I love you, Chris Jericho, but you didn't need that win. You didn't need that win. Now they got to book MJF real strong. Now I think they're he's 25, so he just
Yeah,
hit
he's
25,
25.
but
Yeah.
he's hitting his stride verbally, physically. He looks great. He's in shape. He's got the persona. He lives it inside and outside the ring, which can also be very mentally taxing having to portray a character
Oh wow.
24/7.
He was born 2 days in a year. No, yeah, 2 days in a year before after my niece.
He wasn't even a year old when I saw my first wrestling show.
March
Wow.
15th.
I
Wow.
feel old now. The
That was two
knees
two months
are
before
sore,
Scott Hall.
the bones are achy.
March 15th was 2 months before that day was 2 months before Scott Hall came in and tried to invade the territory of WCW. As we known
Yes,
as the takeover, and all of a sudden, the rest is history from there. I watched
exactly.
the I speaking of pay-per-views, let's go back into history. July 7th, 1996. I watched that pay-per-view live. And
Oh,
I
you
even tell
did.
you the reaction, like say as a wrestling fan, I was nervous. Because we don't know who the third man was.
Yeah, you didn't.
We didn't know. This is what I loved about wrestling. Oh snap. This is what I loved about wrestling. You're a wrestling fan anticipating a vet like that with months in the making. I just loved how they created this storyline. This is why I love WCW. It caught my attention. The storyline caught my attention. The characters, the matches, the action, it caught my attention. When they came in and then when all of a sudden, like the match that got me a little bit more nervous was the was I think the when I think it was Chris Benoit versus Kevin Steen. I think it was that was the last match they had against each other, if I'm not mistaken, because the guys
Mm-hmm.
were going at it back and forth. And then the craziness about that was like, wow, this match was intense. I don't know how they were gonna top that because we all know the opening cards was the cruiserweight division and how great the
Mm-hmm.
cruiserweight action is. But when we got to the main event, I was like, all right, let's go. Let's find out who's the third man. Is he coming in? all of a sudden I feel like we were trolling. Like, wait a minute, why is Mean Gene coming in the ring not, interviewing before the match? It felt weird. Like they did something different. Because I'm used to like the backstage, like you interviewed them at backstage, but coming in the ring in the middle before the middle of the match was gonna start.
Yeah.
Like wow, it was kind of weird. It was like this WCW's doing something different. I noticed it. And mind you, I'm 13 years old when this happened. So when the match happened, okay, Sting, Lex Luger, Macho Man came in. They
Mm-hmm.
came in the ring to Sting's theme song, which it was
Wow.
firing up. Yeah, they came into a man called Sting. They were like, ready to pump because it fired up the fans.
Mm-hmm.
So when they all came in with the Sting face paint, because they were already backstage the interview and everything, coming into the ring, match start. Everybody's like, oh, finally, the match is starting. They're going at it. Within the 15 minutes, it was so much action going around in the ring. Everybody was
So
hurt.
much.
Lex Luger was carried out. He got hurt in
Wow.
the beginning of the match. He got stinger splashed
Did
and
they
how
throw up the X for him? Like he really got hurt.
no, he didn't. It was a
Oh, it
kayfabe
was, oh,
injury.
they
Yeah, they
okay.
just took him out, and it was he got hurt during because he. I think his if you see how
Sorry about the
like
noise.
Kevin Nash was holding him on the corner of the ring, like I
Mm-hmm.
guess his face was on the metal part of the turnbuckle.
I see.
And
I see.
Sting came in for the stinger splash and didn't know Luger was getting held, and he smashed both of them. So then Luger was outside the ring. He was knocked out cold. They took him out. That was part of the story. Great. Like Luger did a tremendous job on that part. So they carried him out. So it was just Macho Man. It evened it up. Macho Man, Sting versus Kevin Nash and Scott Hall. Then all of a sudden, they're getting beat down. Everybody's going. As soon as everybody was standing, when I started seeing people standing up, I was like, "Oh, somebody's coming into the ring. Who's this?" Hulk Hogan comes out. I was like, "Wait a minute, what's going on over here?" Like I'm confused and excited at the same time.
Yeah, like
The psychology there was perfect.
what is Hogan doing? Like why is he coming out? That's what I would
That
have
was
been
the
thinking.
question. Everybody was like, "Oh snap!" Bobby Heenan's like, "Is he the third man? Is he the third man?" Like he kind of almost gave it away a little bit. But we don't know. We were all confused because we haven't seen him doing this during this whole entire time. So we
Exactly.
figured out as soon as he came in the ring, he ripped his shirt, did his Hulk Hogan thing. But I went back and looked at it. There was a different demeanor than he did last time. Usually when he comes in, he's hulking up. He's like, yeah. It was a different attitude and a different demeanor, which I didn't caught at the time when I watched it live. Because mind you, I'm 13 years old. I'm like, oh snap, Hulk Hogan's here. This is going on. Okay. All of a sudden he pushes Pee Wee Anderson, and all of a sudden he drops the leg on Macho Man. We're like,
The little lean back that he did too before he did it, and he looked around like this is gonna happen right now.
it's gonna
They
happen. He's
were
gonna do it.
throwing objects, projectiles into the ring. That is how much heat this man generated from one leg drop. Well, no, he dropped the leg on him twice.
He
Heel,
dropped the leg and then pinned him.
heel,
This guy home went 1, 2, 3 on the
heel,
mat. And I was like,
heel.
everybody's face, except my uncle. My uncle was laughing because he always laughs at everything. That's just naturally him. But my
And then
grandmother's reaction was just like she had no expression. She couldn't believe this happened. This is like a 90, almost 90-year-old plus woman watching this.
and
And
then
yeah,
for a
oh my God, it
while,
was crazy.
he was, if you remember, he was coming out. He just shaved the facial hair altogether. He just
That
had the
too, yeah.
clean shave with the all black. He started wearing the all black with the clean shave,
Yeah, he
and
was clean shaved after.
then he came with the 5 o'clock shadow spray painted on. I don't know if they was taking the spray paint that they was spraying the belt with and sprayed it on his face, but they
He
was
had some
there was a
makeup artists back then that did a
listen.
great job though.
If that's the case, he was way ahead of his time with these dudes now. I know a lot of you see these dudes now with on the Facebook, Instagram posts and to get the haircut, and the dude's got the airbrush and he's airbrushing the perfect line for the beard because there's patches and shit's missing. You know what I'm saying? He had that on lock way decades prior.
I
That's
know.
that
Hulk
ain't
Hogan
nothing new.
started that trend.
Hulk Hogan started that. Give that man some royalties or
Yeah, I
something.
know, man. Give him some royalties check, man. He's
He
going
was
through a
paying
divorce. That's
his
why he took all his money.
he was paying his shit on for a minute. For a
Yeah,
minute.
it's crazy because what I was thinking too was that when that match happened, after that, like my grandmother had no reaction to it. It felt like she was just like she couldn't believe it, and she was silent about it. I'm like this, like, yo, what the hell just happened here? Like
Ay,
I'm
Dios
13 years old.
mío.
I'm like, what the
Ay,
fuck
Dios
just happened?
mío.
My mom's like in her room, like, yo, what's going on? She comes over the room, like, what happened? And it's like, mommy, look, Hulk Hogan turned bad. He's a heel.
He's a bad guy.
And
He's a
my mom
bad,
couldn't believe
bad
it
guy.
either when she found, because the funny part
Because he
was
was a face for 20 plus years.
oh man, I got goosebumps for this. I'm
He
gonna
was
tell you,
never a heel when he was famous.
it,
He wasn't a
this
heel.
this is the funny part because we knew that something was gonna happen, something weird was gonna, because it was weird through the whole time, the whole entire Sunday. From that morning, I woke up, had breakfast. My grandmother was at the cooking, my mom and my uncle were at the table,
Uh
all
huh.
talking about wrestling that night because we was hype about this pay per view that night. Like my mom's gonna order it for us and we're gonna watch it. Joey
Joey
Stats in the
G in the
house. Perfect
building.
timing. Perfect timing for
There
this
he
man.
is.
So
Joey is the one.
Joey is the one.
Welcome in, Joey.
Welcome
You're
in,
coming in on a
Joey.
great story about the heel, epic heel turn of Hulk Hogan during Bash at the Beach. Was it 96?
Yeah, 96, July 7th, 1996, at the Daytona
Wow.
Beach, Daytona, Florida, Daytona Civic Center.
Heel turn.
And I was like, before even the pay per view started, it was like, this is the greatest moment in my life as a family. Like we sat down. My mom was talking about Miss Elizabeth, Macho Man. We all talking about wrestling that night. That night, we were like sitting thinking, like, damn, what's gonna happen? Who's the third member? I'm looking at my uncle, like, yo, you know about this? I mean, like, what's going on? Like,
And
I'm confused.
there was no internet
There
back
was no
then.
internet at the
There was no
time.
internet.
Do I hear
There was
chancleta in the
no, hey,
background?
we heard this, the dirt sheets. There was none of that. Nobody
Chancleta?
knew. Nobody knew. It was the chancleta. Okay, listen. The third man was originally supposed to be Sting.
Yeah, years later, that's when we found out that it was Sting. He didn't want to do it, and it would
Yes,
have
he
been
did
perfect
not.
for him. It would have been perfect for him.
But thankfully, because he did not become the third man, we got the Crow Sting.
Yeah, if it wasn't for that, we got the Crow Sting.
We
But
got
that was weird, though.
we
It
got
was
the
weird at
evil
the same
mime.
time.
We got the evil mime gimmick / Brandon Lee face paint, the silence, which was genius because a lot of times people don't realize you could cut a heel promo. You could cut a heel promo, but what's better than cutting a heel promo? Mystery. Mystery. The man didn't speak.
For
He didn't
13
speak.
months.
He didn't speak. He just came out and pointed his bat at people. Sat in the rafters by himself. Like, genius. What is that man thinking? Is he a good guy? Is he a bad guy? He wears a trench coat? I don't know. I just like Sting because of the face paint. The Crow is my favorite movie of all time. So that's why Sting for me will always be legit.
I've
He's like
seen
top
the
he's
it's
like top 10
yeah.
for me.
It's
Sting.
crazy that you're saying that because I seen the evolution of that. I seen the
Yeah.
evolution from Surfer Sting to Crow Sting. I've seen it
Surfer
all.
Sting, yeah.
But you could tell the
Surfer Sting.
black hair when he was growing before that, something was going on. We didn't know because, like I said,
Long-term
kayfabe,
long-term storytelling.
long term
The hair was
storytelling.
growing out. He wasn't really getting received by the crowd anymore like that. You know what I mean? Like he started going, well, he's like on a losing streak. He wasn't really doing, he wasn't really doing much. They didn't know
And
what to do with
yeah,
Sting.
and he was more in Japan too. He was always doing
Yeah,
he was doing the tour at that time in '96.
might as
Um,
well change the gimmick.
the funny part about that whole story, like I was saying at that morning, I
Mm-hmm.
was just like, wow, until up to that pay per view happened. Like I was just like, my grandmother was shocked, my uncle was laughing,
Your
and,
uncle's laughing.
and then we ended up alluding to Nitro, right? So I'm like, what now? It's like,
Yeah.
what now? So everybody's cutting a promo on Hogan after their matches, and then all of a sudden, something going on backstage. You
Mm-hmm.
see Rey Mysterio.
Are you
You
talking about
see
when he
Rey
got
Mysterio.
lawn darted? When he got lawn darted
Yes,
into
that's
the
when they were
wall?
going in the back. They were attacking all the WCW wrestlers because they were trying to get in the truck or something was going on. As soon as Rey Mysterio the flying, Kevin Nash called him in midair. It's like like nothing. Like it was like a long tossing a midget.
I want to know what
He said,
I think J Rod. I don't know if we don't want to offend anybody. I think the term is little people.
"Little people." I'm sorry,
Little
little
people.
people.
We
But he
we we,
tossed him.
we
I said
love
a
we
little
love
kid. He looked
we
like a
love
little
listen.
kid.
We love all people of all sizes.
I mean, I didn't call him the M word. I just called him like a little child. Like it's just he just.
No, he
Oh my
looked like an
god.
adolescent child being abused
I'm sorry,
by
Joe. We had to talk about that, but it was just a funny moment right there. Growing like at that time, it was like it looked painful,
What did the
but looking
meeting?
back,
What did the meeting before that show? What had to have gone down in that meeting? Hey guys, yeah, the NWO is just gonna bury the whole locker room. So
that's what it sounded like. It sounded
like,
like they were,
do
they
the
were gonna
job, make them look
take,
good.
yeah, because that's what it was supposed to be. It was supposed to make them look good, and it's everybody's like, oh, former WWF stars coming in doing this, and I was telling people like the history I was telling before that I knew Scott Hall and Kevin Nash. I mean, before they were stars in WWF, they were in NWA and
Yes,
AWA.
yes.
Kevin Nash started as Master Blaster, I think Master Blaster
Mm-hmm.
Blade or something. He ended up with that character, and this is all WCW, NWA. And then the second character was the Oz,
Mm-hmm.
failed, right? But my favorite character that he did of all time was Vinny Vegas. I
Vinny
love
Vegas.
the
I
character.
had a
People
feeling you were gonna say Vinny Vegas.
because my history, like the way he came in the ring, the way he presented himself was like a mafia guy.
Yeah.
He looked Italian. He had the look. He like, hey,
Did
better
he have a
boom, better
mullet?
boom.
He had a
Yeah,
mullet
he had a
too, no?
mullet too. Yeah,
He had a
he had a
mullet.
mullet. And then when he
Wow.
came into WWF, I was like, holy snap, that's Vinny Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
He's Diesel now. Like I'm looking at everybody like I know this guy. I've seen this guy wrestle before.
Diesel. Diesel.
And then the same thing when I saw Scott Hall when he became Razor Ramon, everybody's like, "Oh, who's this new wrestler?" That's that's the Diamond Stud. I remember him being the part of the Diamond
Uh-huh.
Stud, faction with
Yep.
Diamond Dallas Page. Before Raven, it was Scotty Flamingo,
Yeah, Scotty
and
Flamingo.
and Vinny Vegas was part of that. They were a crew before the Click. It
Scotty
was before
Flamingo, was that before or after Johnny Polo?
before Johnny Polo. Before that, he was Scotty Anthony in GWF.
That was the precursor to Johnny Polo.
I'm telling you my age because GWF used to be in ESPN in the early '90s.
Mm-hmm.
Buff Bagwell was the handsome stranger. They had a storyline between Scotty Anthony and the handsome stranger, which I didn't never knew until like later on that was Buff Bagwell.
See, now this is great because talking to you about these things, I'm giving you my recollection of what I remember wrestling to be when I was younger, and hearing things that I just missed based on my age is like, damn man, I missed some good stuff. I missed the genesis of these guys' careers, the beginning, the raw coal that would be squeezed, as Triple H said about Randy Orton, into the next diamonds, you know? So it's
Exactly.
it's just a lot. It's really interesting, and it's really eye opening just to hear these stories and hear what your experiences were like growing up and becoming, going from adolescence into adulthood and watching wrestling and understanding the psychology as you got older and why things were booked a certain way, different characters that were portrayed prior to certain wrestlers getting their big break, so to speak.
Yeah.
So I mean,
I mean, the
it's a
thing is,
lot of trial and error.
I show a lot of excitement with this. I'm like, oh, I can't believe they've seen this guy because I'm
Yeah,
animated. I'm
yeah.
animated with my stuff. I mean,
You
like I
have
said,
to be.
when you show passion, like I do, it's everybody shows it differently. Everybody could be just a little bit dull about it
It's
sometimes.
because it's because it's something you're passionate about, and it's
Yeah,
something. It's
and it's
this. That's
like
what this show is about: wrestling
in mental health
and mental health, and maybe some baseball here and there. Maybe we. You don't know.
possibility we might talk about
Listen,
baseball.
listen.
Who knows? Maybe a
It's the
baseball
playoffs right now.
podcast.
Who's
Maybe a
winning that
baseball
game, by
pod.
the way? Who's
I
winning
think it
that
was
game?
tied last time I checked.
It's tied. Okay. I mean, listen. I just want whoever comes out the NL to smash whoever comes out of the AL. Let's just say
Yeah,
that much.
we don't like both teams,
You guys, you
and I'm a
guys
Mets
know what
fan.
time it is. You guys know what time it is. I'm not
Yeah.
hiding the logo because I'm ashamed. I didn't quit on my team. Just,
Oh my God! Yeah, it's tied 3-3 in the
I
top of
just
the seventh inning right now. By the way,
3-3. I mean, listen, it sounds like it's a good game. We're gonna have to
I'm
see.
not
Maybe we'll
even
get some.
watching it, but we'll
Maybe we'll
check it
have a
later.
little wrestling segment here and there. I'm not wrestling. We're gonna have wrestling segments, obviously. Maybe we'll have a little
Baseball.
baseball segment here and there.
Who
We'll
knows,
see. We
man?
got our boy
Anything
Joey
can
Stats
happen.
out here.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Joey Stats would not show his face on a podcast. I'll tell you that.
No, but he could tell.
Because
He could tell us. He could tell us the score in the chat, though.
yeah, he could give us the update.
I know
But
he's
the
probably
guy has
watching
a
the game right now.
great take on baseball, though. But we'll say one thing about Joey Stats. That's the future GM right there.
Yeah,
He's got a whole future like ahead of him.
3-3
That's
tie.
like
There
it's
he is. Look,
gonna
see, look, on
3-3
point.
tie in
This
the bottom
man
of the
is
seventh.
on point. Always on point. Always on
We
point.
call him we call him Joey Stats.
But yeah, man, I'm excited to partake in this adventure with you guys. Shout out to
That's right,
Pumbaa, by the way. Pumbaa, we know
Joey
you're out there. We
Stats.
know you're out there listening somewhere. We love
The
you. We can't
numbers
wait
don't
to hear from
lie.
you. Can't wait to
The
all
numbers
be
don't lie.
together as
Poompa,
one cohesive unit.
you're gonna show your face, man. You're gonna be here again with us, man. I mean, I didn't want to do the show without you. I was trying to get in contact. I hope you're hearing us. I hope everything's fine and okay. You got support group, man. We care about
We're
you
here.
and we love you,
Reach
man.
out. Reach
Reach
out. We're
out,
here for
man.
you. We're here for you,
Reach
brother.
out, man. We're here for you. It
Okay,
is
we
what
got
it is, brother.
got to turn it upside down though. Turn it
Fine
upside down.
squad.
There
I
it
gotta
is.
start working out again.
There it
My
is. There
arms
you
are
go.
being
Yeah, do
short.
some
Like, look at
push-ups, man. You'll be all right. It's gonna get cold out soon. You're gonna have to get those home workouts in, get that programming in.
start eating a lot of protein, like hit the protein shakes and eat some beef, chicken, some poultry. I
Yeah.
like chicken. I'm a chicken guy.
Food is another big part of keeping your mind right.
Yeah,
Listen,
mental. Yeah,
man,
it's a big one part of mental health because
eating,
eating.
eating. Very simple, a very simple topic. Food,
Oh,
eating,
we love
nutrition.
food, definitely. Or would you? Well, like I said, you're a personal trainer.
Get your
You're
greens in.
licensed.
Get your greens in. Get your
Definitely get your
micros.
greens
Get your
in.
macros. Get them all in. Big
Love
part of it.
broccoli though. I remember you talking about
Yeah.
broccoli the other day. I
Yeah,
love
broccoli's
broccoli.
good. Listen, man, broccoli is fibrous, it's tasteful, and delicious.
Nah, stop. Oh, I'm thinking over here.
This show is brought to you in
Broccoli.
part by broccoli.
By broccoli. Eat your
Yeah,
greens.
eat your
Get your
greens.
greens in.
You should get your greens
But
in.
so now we're the topic of we're gonna
Get
be
your greens in.
announcing yeah, get your greens in. So I'm announcing for the next episode. We'll probably see if in the worst we could probably get a special guest in. We're trying to have Luna Bombay as a special guest, but she's busy. She's got a work schedule ahead of us. She's been a busy guy. I mean, busy person, woman. Sorry, I said man. I'm like, "Ooh," I'm just fumbling with everything. I'm improvising. I'm freestyling.
You're having yourself an evening. Let's say
I
that to
am.
say the
I
least.
think it's
Yeah.
the coffee. The caffeine's done it to me.
Oh yeah, it's got you up.
It's got me up, but I'm feeling a little tired at the same time because it's like I got to get some sleep. My wife has to go to work tomorrow morning. She picked up some OT. I
There you
might be
go.
picking up some OT next week.
OT baby.
I don't know if I'm gonna be working. I'm probably gonna be working Friday during the day if they need me, but I'm not gonna do afternoons because like I said, I'm focusing here on this podcast. We're doing great things over here, guys. We're definitely great things. So we're gonna see. I'm gonna talk to see if we can get a possible guest on episode 5. Um, like I said, never say never. Yes, you're right. You're right, Joey. Never say never. Luna Bombay. Look at those emotes. My God,
Those are
who
some nice
created
emotes.
Luna? Are those your original emotes? Because if they are, oh my God, you're talented.
I love the Mario. The
She
Mario
got,
is
but it says
nice.
vibes. Am I correct? Yeah, it says vibes.
Listen, It's all about them vibes, them good vibrations. Shout out to Shinsuke.
Shinsuke, Shinsuke
Shout out to my man
Nakamura,
Shinsuke.
the Japanese Michael Jackson. He's got his tights inspired and everything by him.
I seen
But
that man wrestle live in front of 200 people at Keyspan Park, now
yeah,
known as
that's
MCU
when Ring
Park.
of Honor was affiliated with New Japan Pro Wrestling.
I missed NXT Take. I would have been to all the NXT takeovers if I didn't go to that show, but I'm so glad that I seen that show because I got to see the main event of Red Dragon versus Jay Lethal when he had both the world title and the TV title, and the team of Jay Lethal and Shinsuke Nakamura. And Jay Lethal was coming out still with a Truth Martini. So he
Oh,
was in
that's right,
hitting.
the Truth Commission. I
He was in
remember
the
them.
stride of his heel run. He had both belts. He was like champion for like almost 500 days or something. Some
Shout
crazy,
out to the Beach
crazy
Boys.
number. Shout out to the Beach Boys for good vibrations.
See, that guy is a
Listen.
young man with an old soul.
Listen, we was talking about you, Joey. I said, listen, I had to come out with the Rocky Maivia sideburns, and then Joey was saying that I look like Elvis. I'll take that. That's a compliment. Elvis was a good-looking dude, so I'll take the Puerto Rican Elvis. Puerto Rican Elvis.
Elvis was talented. He sung in Italian and Spanish. That's talent right there.
Oh wait, these are nice too. Those is that Salem from Sailor Moon? I can't see it because
Yeah,
I'm
that
not.
kind of does look like.
It
Hold
looks
on,
like Salem.
right there. Boom.
Well, if that's what you were going for, the kitty cat vibes, that's it. That's the one.
That's why they call her Luna Bombay.
I love it.
Luna Bombay, the future legend champion of the
Listen,
women's division.
I'm not ashamed to say it. Sailor Moon used to come on before Dragon Ball Z, and Tuxedo Mask fan.
Tuxedo Mask. Reminds me of the handsome
Multilingual
stranger from
Elvis.
GWF.
This man just. You see what this man just said? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. It's the heel in me. It's my heel persona shining through, J-Rod. Don't
Nah, heel, man. Come on.
I didn't mean to cut you off, brother.
Yeah, I mean to cut you off, brother. Yeah. You know, my deep voice gets in the rasp, but I don't have the raspy voice, but I got the deep voice. Sounding like I'm constipated, but I'm not.
Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord.
Oh, Lord. Yeah.
That's my gimmick. I like that. Sailor Moon, that's your gimmick? I like that.
That's like a babyface gimmick.
You see, I called it. She called my age, but I listen. Kip knows. We might have to come out with the Kip knows
network.
Kip knows baseball, Kip knows podcast, Kip knows everything. I don't know everything, guys. I'm just figure of speech.
It's like a Bo
kind of like Bo Jackson. Bo knows. Kip knows.
Kip knows. J-Rod somewhat knows.
might be a new T-shirt. Might be a new T-shirt.
Hey, new merch. Matter of fact, plug in your merch if you want.
I'm gonna plug not my merch, our merch.
Okay, correction. Our
within the first month of having a podcast, we already have a T-shirt. So if you guys are interested, here I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna post a link in the chat for you guys. Hold on, let me get over here. And this is my personal shop right now for our merchandise for the podcast as well. If you want to support the podcast, by all means, even checking out the merch or just showing it to your friends, any little bit helps. Helps to support the stream, helps to support the podcast, helps to support our community. So, and if you guys want to rock some cool merch, if you guys really like the show like that, we'll have more designs for you guys coming up. But right now we had to have the inaugural piece of merch, the exclusive. You guys are gonna see it. I think you guys are gonna like it. I hope you guys like it. I hope you guys like it.
We don't know.
And for you guys that have seen the merch that come to my streams, you guys don't got to click the link. But I got a lot of designs for my stream, but I started making the designs because we just started this podcast, like a month ago, J-Rod, right? I've been behind the scenes.
Ago.
I'm the higher power.
Well, it was me, J-Rod. We're going to get to that right now. We're going to get to that point right now. We're going to talk about that right now.
It was me all along.
We're gonna get to that right
there
now.
You guys go. There's the link. Let me know if you guys, if the link works. If it doesn't, I'll find a way to get you guys the right link. but that should be the link. So enjoy the
Definitely.
merch, check it out, give us some feedback, buy a shirt if you want. They're not that
Buy the
expensive either.
shirt.
Yeah, buy the shirt. Buy
My
the
face.
shirt.
Look at my face. Like buy the
Buy
shirt.
the new headband. Take care and wait. That's not
No,
it.
no,
That's
no,
not
no,
it.
no, 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 no.
That's
Wait
not
a
it.
minute.
That's
That's
not
not
it.
it. That's not it. Whoa, whoa,
That's not it. That's not it.
whoa.
That's
Copyright
not it.
infringement.
Let me
No,
stop.
we're not
Let me
trying to
stop
get
before I
sued.
go to. Let me stop before I go to a place I don't want to go. Let me stop. Let me stop.
Jesus Christ,
The
man.
most electrifying line in all of podcasting.
If you smell. Okay. No, 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 no. That's not it. That's not it either. Oh my God. But
I
I was gonna.
appreciate it, Luna. I appreciate it.
We're gonna get to that right now since we're speaking of
Oh,
that.
here we
So
go. Next
Base Kit
segment,
was
guys.
behind the operations of helping us to get this podcast together. And we want to appreciate and thank for the podcast. We want to thank Base Kit for everything he has done. We made him
Heartbreak Hip is
become the third.
golden. Yes.
We want to make him the third member because this guy is the operations guy. I mean, this guy has been a total support for us. This is why we're on our teams, on our time. We're gonna do it. We play today, we win today. I see. You know, even though people think I'm Dominican, but I say it in the Mariano Duncan voice. 96 Yankees. You know,
Little Yankees reference there. Are you giving up on your team, J Rod?
I'm quitting on my team, man. You gave it up, bro. You gave up your team, bro. You're not
Our
a real
next
fan.
segment.
You're not a Knicks fan. You turn on the Knicks. You turn on the Giants. You became a Raiders fan. I said, okay, that's my little history. Let's do a little speaking of history of
Never
sports, man.
lack. Never lack. You know what time it is. Look at my
I
man
get
Didi.
that.
Look at my man Didi. Put some respect on Didi. I wish we'd have never got rid of him.
So I became a Raiders fan. I was a Giants fan before I became a Raiders fan. But mind you, this is before the 2011 Super Bowl run they had against the Patriots. I left them
Wow.
before that. I said, I'm going to become a Raiders fan because I see the fans are more loyal than the Giants fans to their team. Think about that. And
Absolutely.
and most of my good friends are Raiders fans. They also convinced me to become a Raiders fan. One of the guys that I went to middle school with back in the day, he found out I was a Raiders fan. And I told him about the history of it because I was Bo Jackson fan when I was a kid. I loved watching Bo Jackson play football.
Bo
I saw
knows.
the playoff game against Cincinnati when he tore his hip and everything. I saw that game. And it was like, oh my God, what happened to Bo Jackson? Don't tell me he got hurt, man. I love watching him play football. And I had I have proof. I got the jersey I wore. I was Bo Jackson for Halloween back in 95,
Mhm.
96. Um, and I became a Raiders fan in 2011 because they were terrible. They were terrible at the time. I was like, you know what? They were bad. Let me root for a bad team to start over. And I got roasted for it, but it was a good roast because people were like, oh, the Raiders ain't going nowhere. The year down, they had good draft picks and stuff, but then they fell back again because John Gruden screwed that team up. And I'll be honest with you,
Yes,
I
he
don't care
did.
what anybody says. John Gruden, I'm glad he's gone because we were 3-0. We were 3-0 in the beginning of the season. All of a sudden we're 3-2. But what went on? Did you lose the respect of your teammates after the third game? You're not
Now what?
showing.
Now, do we think was it a matter of was it racist remarks that got him? I don't want
Yeah,
to say
it was about an
the word
email that happened
canceled,
10
but
years ago. He
so they.
said that
Oh
one of his
man,
players was acting like a monkey. That's what he said.
wow. That is
And that came
that is
out.
wow.
But mind you, this is an email that came
He's
out
never
10
gonna have a
years
job
ago.
in any professional sports
Yeah,
ever
he's
again
not.
after that.
He's
That's
not. He's
horrible.
done. But what got me upset was, damn, we wasted draft picks. We traded away on one of our best defensive players in the NFL, Khalil Mack. Shout out to Khalil Mack. I hope you're hearing this podcast. We should have never traded you, man. We should have kept you and built the team around you and Derek Carr. That's it.
Listen,
And I
I'm
don't
a
even know
Giants
much
fan.
football, but I'm seeing what my team is about. I'm not gonna quit on the Raiders. I love the Raiders.
The Raiders, yeah. I mean,
Raider Nation,
listen,
Black Hole,
I was a
baby.
big I was a big Rich Gannon fan. I liked Rich Gannon growing up as a preteen. I played a lot of Madden. I can't talk. A lot of Madden in my youth. A lot of Madden. A lot of Madden. Madden 2001, Madden 2002, Madden 2003. I think Marshall Falk was on the cover one year. Vic was on
Oh yeah, Marshall Falk was in
2004.
it.
Ray Lewis was on 2005. Then they put McNabb on 06. That's when they added the precision passing is when I stopped playing. I couldn't do it. I like the hit stick. The hit stick was fun, and the truck stick. I like running people over with with Jamal Lewis. I used to play with the Ravens sometimes. Roar.
I was more
Roar.
of a Giants fan
Listen,
because I loved the Giants defense. I was more of a Michael Strahan and Jesse Armstrong Armstead when Jesse Armstead was on the team.
my brief time, funny story, Luna, my brief time playing football in high school, I idolized, there was two running backs I idolized, Barry Sanders and Walter Payton. I was a big fan of the 85 Bears Super Bowl Shuffle. Walter Payton,
And
Sweetness.
and the funny part is one of them was a professional wrestler in that team.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Steve Michael. Our prayers are with you. I just found out about his condition too. Speaking of that, his
Telling you,
condition
man.
with he had he has Lou Gehrig
The
disease from what we
ALS,
heard.
ALS, yeah.
Yeah, he has ALS, and I mean, he wasn't a great performer. I mean, he was a great talker, but in the ring,
Mhm.
he was just green as everybody else was. He just came in the wrestling business like, I mean, he knew
That's
what
the
he was
precursor
doing.
to the athletes coming into wrestling and them looking more to mold entertainers as opposed to bringing in actual professional wrestlers to to apply their craft. They want to build their own stars, WWE, and I can respect it, but at the same time, I respect the origins of the business, and I think that certain aspects of the business should be protected. I'm
Exactly.
not
I
saying
agree
that
with you on that one.
professional athletes should be exempt because professional athletes are the best base uh, people.
A
If I
little
guess in
bit.
a sense, I don't know the correct verbiage, but you know, if you take a professional athlete, they have athleticism. They can do things that someone that maybe just wants to become a wrestler, get into the business, they have God gifted abilities already. They're already a leg ahead of everyone. So I can see the appeal with bringing in people who are, athletic and have the athletic background, but at the same time, there's a psychology aspect as well that plays a very big role in how a wrestler develops who they're going to be in their career and how entertaining they're going to be to an audience. I mean, if you can't put those butts in the seats, if you can't draw money, as they say in the biz, brother, then you're as good as dead,
Brother. Yeah.
brother.
Yeah, prayers to Vampiro too. He's going through, he's
Yeah, there's
fighting
a
some
lot of
Alzheimer's.
our favorites, man. It's like it's really sad to see, but it's great that now we have an avenue where we can speak about these issues and bring them to light for people that may not know these things. I wonder what happened to Vampire. I wonder what happened to this wrestler, that wrestler I used to enjoy watching. These now we can communicate with each other because of the internet a lot better. Oh, he's fighting Alzheimer's. I thought it was dementia.
Yeah, it was dementia. But it
Wow,
was all,
that's
I think
sad,
it
man.
was Alzheimer's
Prayers that go
later
out to
than when they
Vampiro, man.
diagnosed it. Yeah, when they diagnosed it later, I think it was because he told me the man, he battled concussions his whole career.
Hmm.
And
Yeah, that's probably
mind
a
you, he
big part of
wrestled
it.
in Mexico.
That's why they
He
wanted. That's why they wanted Daniel Bryan. They wanted to push Daniel Bryan out the paint. They didn't want to have another. There's he was who not to be named, but Benoit situation. They don't want to have a situation
Yeah,
where
they didn't want to have
you
that type
know.
of situation where he has CTE.
Hmm. Well, I'll be right back, guys. I'm just gonna head to the little boy's room. Been holding it in for a while and want to get, you know, want to be comfortable. So I'll be right back, guys, and hang out with J Rod.
All right, guys. So was he be back on? I'm gonna do a little talking. So, how's everybody today? Is everybody, you know, is- how's everybody's Friday so far? I mean, it's a good episode today. It was great. We're just missing one person, man. I just wish he was here. You know, it bothers me that he's not here, and I'm used to doing this with him. We operate perfect together. He's got a mindset. So there's a lot of things going on. As I'm looking at checking out social media, I'm just going ahead telling everybody what's going on. We're also getting the support of the podcast. You know, it's amazing. I thank you guys for showing up on the show, coming in and supporting us. Um, it's been great. It's been great. So I don't know. I mean, I'm hearing a lot of stuff that SmackDown is supposed to be commercial free or AEW, but Luna Bombay is going back to Make sure you bring some too for the crowd. Okay, we need some. We're gonna build a concession stand. We're gonna have some popcorn for the uh for the event. I wonder if that's weird because when we went to the event. Speaking of that, now we're in a topic of AEW Dynamite and Rampage. I didn't see no concession stands for popcorn. It was just mostly beer and food and drinks, like soda and water. And I was like, weird. Like, how come we didn't get popcorn? I might have missed it. I don't know. I know there was pretzels, there was food and all the other stuff that was going on. But my thing was like, where was the popcorn? Maybe I want some popcorn. Maybe because I had some burgers. That's all I had to eat that night. And then when I got home, I ate something for breakfast that morning. I don't recall, but I know I stood around for 3 hours waiting for the train. I got stuck in the city. It happens every time I come in the city. I get stuck and something happens, but I don't miss my train. But it's okay. The Italian sausage. Hey, mamma mia, this is spicy meatball. Speaking of shows, The Sopranos, you got Joey G, who's actually really Italian. He is very proud of his Italian heritage. Shared his history with his family. With not just food, Italians, yes, they love food, but it's not all about the food. It's about the culture. He's been to Italy before. He convinced me to watch Formula One. I watched Formula One before, but I was not really into it. He got me into it. Formula One racing is like, man, I love it. It's way better than NASCAR. They travel. They don't stay just in the U.S. They travel all over the world. There's a lot of drivers internationally that are involved in racing, and there's different like sponsors and race company, car companies. Like you got Mercedes, Alfa Romeo, Ferrari. That's right, Ferrari number one. Number one. Say it in Italian, Joey. Go ahead, share the chat. Say it in Italian. That's right, Forza Ferrari number one. We love Ferrari here. We don't want to talk about anybody else, anything else but Ferrari. But speaking of video gaming, as Kip said, Forza Ferrari. That's right. And now he is Base Kip. It is what it is show. Hold on,
Home.
I muted the mic for a minute. Sorry about that.
Okay.
Go ahead. Now you're
Never
on.
ever have I felt in my own home like I felt in restaurants waiting for an occupied bathroom. Let's say that.
Well,
Oh, standing there doing the pee-pee dance. Oh my gosh.
trust me, I know the feeling. Thank God I got two bathrooms in the house.
4-3 Astros
Correa just
Correa
hit a
home
home
run.
run. Yeah, he's gonna be somewhere. He's not gonna play for the Astros next
He's
year.
gonna get paid this offseason. He's getting paid.
Watch the Astros win the World Series and he becomes MVP. It's gonna happen. It's it's
Listen,
it's gonna happen.
it has to happen.
Astros they're trying to prove that they can win without cheating this year. That's what they're doing.
Well, I mean, let's hope that
Let's hope that it's
wh-
not it.
whoever comes out of the NL is coming out swinging. First two games need to be blowouts.
Let's listen here. Nobody's Daniel Murphy of 2015. Okay, no, we haven't seen that yet. Okay, we haven't seen this in the playoffs yet.
He didn't do anything in the World Series.
Kind of did. He
He made a big error.
He
In the
made a
World
big error in the World
Series.
Series, yeah, but that was the World
His
Series. So.
NLCS was ridiculous, and then he cooled off. For any of you guys that like
Yeah, well,
baseball, I know
because the
Joey
pitchers,
remembers this.
pitchers. Let's just say they knew how to pitch to that team. They had a
Yeah.
smart plan. They
I mean,
played good
also Familia
baseball.
blew like 3 of the games. The Mets had a chance to win that, every chance to win that series.
That's
They
familiar.
did. I really believe. I believed. I'm so glad I didn't bet my friend money on it though, because I would have lost like $100. So I didn't trust the Mets with a bet. Let's just say that. If it was the Yankees, maybe I would have bet. But
You know what? If Familia wasn't, if he didn't blow those 3 saves, I think the Mets
Hansel
would have won the World
Robles. I know
Series.
we talked about this. You guys probably not.
Hansel
Many of you are not.
Robles.
Many
Oh
of you
my
are
God, that guy
not
was
privy to the
great.
baseball. But if you guys do like baseball, you guys do know about the 2015 World Series. And I mean, Hansel Robles was on fire. Anytime he came in, he was lights out. A pitcher pitching like that out of his mind. I'm sorry, but the closing role has to switch. I'm bringing
At that
Hansel
time,
Robles
yeah,
in.
but they went, like I said, they played the hot hand. Familia was getting hot until the World Series. He came, he blew that one save. He gave the home run to Alex Gordon. I
Yeah.
remember that game, the first game of the
But
World Series.
the
Yeah,
Royals were a team of destiny that year. They had made the far push. They got bumped off by the Giants the previous year in the World Series,
they
and
got buzzsawed by
they were hungry.
Bumgarner. Bumgarner just
Yeah,
buzzsawed through them.
yeah, they
Game
weren't.
7.
Nobody is ready for Bumgarner.
Exactly.
They were
Mason
not ready for him.
Saunders,
They
his
were
alter
not.
ego.
They were not ready for him. They were not
Luna
ready for him.
Bombay. Oh, she got the popcorn. Okay, let's get ready for
Luna's
action.
got the popcorn.
Yeah, so we already passed the second hour, man. This is awesome. I love this.
This is good, man. It's natural. We're out here we're freestyling it. We don't have a script. There's no paper in front of me telling me what we're gonna talk. We're just talking right now. We're just talking. This is how we like to
Yeah,
do it. Off cuff, uncensored, unrestricted,
uncensored, unrestricted, unfiltered.
unfiltered. You guys are getting J Rod and Kip in its rawest form right now.
Oh yeah, we just missing that one person.
Yeah, but Pumpa's gonna be back. I'm confident. I'm
He's
sure
gonna be
he's
back next episode. I
he's got a
guarantee it.
good reason. I hope he's doing well. Pumpa, Miyagi, Jay, all your many nicknames. Uh, we're
Coming down
just
to the
we
thing.
just we're here for you and we're here with you, man. So
And we're definitely going to that AEW show. All three of us,
we're gonna
the
call
three
you
amigos.
again. We're
We're
gonna
gonna
call
call
you
you. We're
again.
gonna bring you outside. We're gonna take you outside. You're gonna
Yeah,
have
we're gonna
fun
come get.
again.
We're gonna come scoop you up out the house.
But speaking, but speaking of that, I don't know if he shared it with everybody on. I think in the recent episode about him going to AEW show that night. But he was emotional after that show because him being sick for the last the last 3 years
Yes.
and not going to a wrestling show and I don't know how long, and us to bring him out there, it was like a blessing.
Oh, the Saturday chat. I heard about that chat. I heard about that chat
Oh, the 4 hour Saturday chat. Oh, I remember.
on
Yeah, I just got
Facebook. I
out of
wasn't
work.
in it. I wasn't in it. I
Yeah,
didn't
I
know about
was.
the chat. I'm all over the place. I think last weekend I actually was having some, I was going through it. I
I'm
was
laughing
going through
because
it.
I remember what happened.
I was going through it. I was going through it. I
Oh
was
my
not.
god.
I was like, listen, out of the office,
Oh my god, that
busy.
was
I was just not right. I was not
good
right.
thing you wasn't there because I went in there like, yo, what the hell is going on? We went from one subject to a crazy subject, and I'm like, well, this person that they're talking about is making me gonna go to heaven before this person. I was like, what the?
Oh no, no,
I'm
no.
like the
Oh
stories
no.
that I'm listening.
Oh
I'm
no.
like, yo, what is going?
Oh no, 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 no.
And I was cutting a promo too. I was like, yo, I'm gonna go to heaven before this person even makes it. That makes me feel better about myself. I said that, and I had the whole chat laughing. They were just great. They were just cracking up. I said I had to come on and say something, and
Bobby Schmurda face.
I was
Shout out
like,
to Bobby Schmurda.
Bobby Schmidt. Oh, he broke the fourth wall. Like, oh, like yeah, I went like that. I was like, yo, what is wrong with this person?
Yo.
They didn't even meet Jesus yet. Just, Jesus Christ. My wife is a Christian. Let me not say nothing. Sorry, Lord, forgive me. I don't want,
Yes.
like I said, I'm trying to be on the right track. I'm trying to get on the right
Listen, man.
path.
God's working on all of us.
Yes, he
A
is.
wise man once told me God's working on all of us.
And the Lord has said. So back to what I was saying too, because that chat was like, I thought he was talking about wrestling for a minute, and I brought the subject out wrestling because I told him about the podcast. Everybody was like, "Hey, J Rod, how's everything? When's the next episode?" Everybody was antsy about the next episode. So part three is tomorrow. Okay, I'll try to be there if
I
I'm
think
not
I'm gonna be
watching
there.
baseball.
I'm gonna have to be there. Nah, I'm gonna be in there for that one because I was out of commission last weekend, but I
I
had my
gotta,
reasons.
I
I
gotta,
was
yeah,
supposed to be on episode 3,
yeah.
but
Okay, so yeah, we're gonna talk about that right now too. Kit was supposed to be announced for episode three. It didn't happen because he was going through a situation and there was a lot of problems going on, so he
not just
had
one thing. It was like 3 things.
I thought it was five because it sounded like you were just going
It
through it
felt
that
like
day
it felt like 5,000. Still going through some of it, but we're good now. We're in a way better place, and
until Joey
business
G
needs to
played
be
Phil Collins.
yeah,
So
he
studio.
he brought my mood up. Things need to be you know what I'm saying? Things got to be right up here before I can come on here and speak to you guys candidly and let you know what's going on in my head and for J Rod to come on here and let you know what's going on in his head. It takes a lot of courage to be candid and be open about certain situations. So that's another reason why we're doing this. We want to create a safe space for you guys. If anything,
No jacket required.
no jacket required, no glasses required.
Oh, just speaking of oh, you guys are gonna
We're
laugh.
going raw.
We're gonna go to the topic of Phil Collins. I was blasting Phil Collins earlier in my house. Marge was like, not even like I was blasted. I said, "Do you like Phil Collins?"
Has she seen American Psycho?
Nah. I think
Oh,
I'm gonna have her watch that. No
watch
glove,
it
no
with her
love.
and don't say anything and see if she picks up on it. No glove, no love.
You know what? Shout out to Joe's McFly because
Oh my
we was
goodness.
talking about that with the whole Nestor Cortez thing. Or wasn't it? Was it because no glove, no love? He made a play. I think it was a line drive, sharp line drive to him. He actually just caught it like it was nothing.
Nestor Cortez is a license to print money for the New York Yankees. They should keep him just based on his demeanor alone.
Yeah, and the mustache.
I don't care if he gives up 3 bombs a
He's
game.
the Cuban Super Mario.
Yes, yes, he is. Oh, it's a me, a Nestor.
It's a me, Nestor. Why you talk to me like that?
There we go. We're going off tangent now. We're going back into baseball. Here
Back
we
into
go. I'm telling you, you guys are gonna get a lot of
baseball.
baseball. You guys are gonna get a lot of baseball knowledge coming over here. A
As we do,
lot.
so now it's my time to take a bathroom break. Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
there he goes. There he goes.
There he goes. It is going.
There he goes.
All
There he
right, Kip. So
goes
take over
again.
for 2 seconds before I
Oh, we're
come
gonna
back.
drive the boat. We're gonna drive the boat. So yeah, what's up, guys? What's going on? How are you guys doing tonight? How are you guys doing tonight? Joey, how's your night going? How's the baseball? Luna, how are you doing? How's the wrestling training coming? What's going on? Well, what are the moves? It's Friday night. Hey, you guys got anything going on? Anything fun this weekend? Going on any shows? I know with COVID, it's been very difficult for a lot of people to resume normal activities, but I'm looking very much forward to going to that wrestling show in December and maybe seeing a concert maybe soon. I went and saw No Time to Die tonight. You saw them tonight? You were at a show tonight? It's good. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. We got to stay busy. We all got to stay busy. Staying busy is one of the best things you can do. You change your panels. I'm going to go look at your profile right now. Hold on. Let me find you. I had my keyboard on my lap, and I had to get up. Let's see here. I want to check your panels out. I just recently made my own panels, actually. Let's see here. Let's go on Twitch. I've been dabbling with a lot of stuff on Twitch. I don't know if I know some of you guys out there are interested in like streaming, and some of you actually do stream, like Luna streams. A good friend of our community, Von streams, Lou Dab streams. So part of branding yourself is learning the craft. It's more than just paying someone to do visuals for you. You know, sometimes you got to really get your hands dirty, dive in and get your hands dirty. Let me find you, Luna. I want to see. Wait, there you are. Recommended channels.
Holy crap! You gotta get your hands dirty.
You gotta get your hands dirty. You gotta get in there and learn
That's
the
all I
craft.
heard. I came into like, what the hell did I just come into?
Listen. You gotta apply the craft. You have to learn
Oh,
certain
okay. Now I
things.
see what you guys were talking
No,
about.
yeah, we were talking about streaming. Yeah, streaming and learning how to do certain things. I want to see Luna's. This is how this started. I want to see Luna's panels. Luna said she got some new panels. I want to check her out. See what she's got.
No glove, no love.
I follow so many accounts, and there's so many inactive accounts that I follow. Okay, we're gonna find you, Luna. Don't worry. Where's J-Rod? That's how I'm gonna find you, through J-Rod. I could have swore I followed you, but I don't know. I have followed so many people that maybe it doesn't show everyone. Let's see here. I'm gonna pull up Luna's. I should be following you. I'll add you as a friend too while I'm at it. Oh, there we go. I wasn't following you. I don't know why. All right, there we are. Well, I dropped the follow for you, Luna. Let's check those panels out.
All right, guys.
Ooh, I like it. I like the text that you use. I like the black, and it looks like it's spray painted, and it's got the little slash through the text, which is also very cool. Now, Luna, do you fence? Is that one of your hobbies, fencing? That's kind of cool. I always admired people who do fencing because it reminds me of lightsaber duels, and also the Three Musketeers. Let's see here. Wow, those panels are really clean. I like them. See, I like that. You've got pictures of yourself on there. You know what I mean? You got stuff that's gonna show people who you are. They're gonna already feel like they know you before they even come into your stream. I've got to work on my panels and work on my things. Still not there yet. We're getting there. It's gonna take some time, but we're gonna get it right.
All right, guys. So we're gonna kind of wrap this up a little bit. We're like a little bit on time. Okay, hold on 1 second. We're gonna be rating somebody too, by the way.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about.
Support. Support. Support.
Give us a follow.
Give us a follow. You can even sub if you like our channel.
Support. It is what it is. Give
Support
us a follow.
it is. Give us a follow.
But yeah.
So you can know our name.
Joe's. Yeah, let's rate Joe's. Rate Joe's, man.
We're gonna rate Joe's, guys.
Rate Joe's. He's over there watching the game. We're gonna go take the love over to our boy Joe's McFly.
If you're into baseball, we're gonna rate Joe's McFly. I want to thank everybody coming on the show. Can I rate from here on StreamYard?
I would just go through your chat on Twitch.
Okay.
So your chat on your channel.
You told me to remind you that I can. Oh yeah, you know what? We're gonna do that soon. All right, hold on. Let's. Actually, you're part of VIP, but you know what?
Yeah, just take the VIP. The mod is basically a VIP with power. But with that sword, with the sword comes great responsibility.
Okay. Trying to see. Okay, we're gonna go back. Boom.
There
you are officially a mod.
Whoop, there it is.
You hear that? You hear that? That's called we just took over.
That's my line. That's my line. Don't make me start throwing all my clothes off. This is a family-friendly stream. I'll take off these these $30 Chuck Taylors. Bet you guys didn't think I was this flexible.
All right, so Joey G's gonna give us a call. All right, guys, so we're gonna rate Joe's McFly. He's a great person. He's a huge, passionate Yankee fan, passionate baseball fan. If you like what you see, you shout him a follow. Tell him J Rod and Base Kip and Joey G sent you. Remember
Do
that.
the
It's
close.
not
Do
just
the close.
mine. It's not
Do the
just him.
close.
It's our time. So thank you guys for coming. It is what it is. You have a great night. We'll see you on episode 5 coming soon to a podcast near you. Peace. All right, let's just. Oh, wait a minute. I didn't close this right. What the fuck? Oh, Jesus. Here we go. I fumbled again.
Fumble,
J-Rod
fumble, fumble.
playing like the NFL Raiders. All right, guys.
Oh,
Have a good
Lord.
night. Peace. Okay. So we end the show. Good night.